Okay, I'm frozen.
Can hear you.
All right, everybody. We have black men chasing after white men. We have groups of black men wanting to be like groups of white men. We have groups of black men who hate black women. And those groups of black men who hate black women, they want to be like white men. So now we have to ask our questions. We have to ask the tough question. It's time we start considering this. Do black men, now of course we're not saying all black men, we're talking about specific black men, these faction groups. Do they hate black women because they are really in love with white women? We're going to talk about that. Doubleheader, gangster talk, up right now. Get it, Dane.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game, going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this lie, kick the reel.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beef's copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Nitty, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. Yeah, get yours. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for hands on the regular. Shit, nigga, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. My karma's a boost monk. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for
All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the other half of the double header of Gangsta Talk. And it's titled, Do Black Men Hate Black Women Because They Really Love White Men? It's time we start asking that question. Now, of course, we're not talking about all black men. Let the hit dogs holler. We're talking about specific groups of black men, a specific contingent of black men who seem to have a very loud voice on social media platforms. You know, when movies come out, a lot of people are very good at reviewing movies. And if you look at some of these brothers on here who seem to have this fifth sense when it comes down to knowledge, seem to have all of this mystical knowledge about the Baphomet and putting all these codes together and giving you all these conspiracy theories and tell you what the movie mean and what white people are about to do in the Illuminati and all this other stuff, right? Well, I leave all that up to those folks. When I watch movies, especially movies with black people in it, I like to focus on the psychological programming that's going on with black people. That's what I'm focused on. You know why? Because that affects our younger generation. And it affects us too, because when you see something that is normal, you begin to believe it. Or when you see something or perceive something as normal, you begin to believe it. And so when I watch these movies, I'm looking at the behavior of the black people. I'm looking at what white people want us to see. How do they want to program us? How do they want us thinking? And the way the Negro behaves will tell you what white people are up to who make these movies. They're trying to get us to think a certain way. Let's start with this one movie called The Negotiator. It's an old movie. Samuel Jackson, Kevin Spacey, amongst others, in the movie. The Negotiator, Danny Roman, who was a negotiator. Some rotten cops were stealing money from a fund, a police fund. He got framed, and then it was on, right? Well, check this out. We get caught up in the movie and the dramatics of the movie, but we don't pay attention to subtle things that go on in the movie that have devastating effects on black people. Like, for one, Danny Roman was overly emotional towards his partner, who was a white man. He was very emotional. And he was the only one, other than the white woman that played the white man's wife, that was as emotional as the white wife. When he was pulled in to be questioned, he was the only one emotional. At the funeral, he was the only one that was crying. And when you look at how he interacted with the white man before he was murdered, notice the big bug eyes, right? That slave, I call it the slave look. He was extremely attentive to the white dude saying normal, small, little chitter-chattery things. Like if the white dude said, yeah, but he would really pay serious attention with his eyes all big, giving him this extra attention. If the white guy said, all right, let's go, he would really give this serious attention, and then he would move with great energy because the white man said, let's go. So you got to pay attention to that, because When people see that, especially our young people, when they see stuff like that, they think this is the normal way to act towards white people. That you have to be smiling, showing all of your teeth. You have to have big bug monkey eyes. And then you have to be emotional when something happens to one of them. Now, you notice this throughout the movie. No one is shedding a tear for him. No one is emotional about what he's going through. He's being framed. No one gives a F. The only one that's crying over him is his black wife. But he's shedding tears for the white dude. Now, there's an opening scene where he has a hostage scene, right? Where there's some crazy white man, some old dingy, dirty looking white man with a shotgun, right? Now, clearly the white dude was out of his mind. He had his daughter on the floor with a shotgun pointed at her. Now, he comes in. He's the only black dude in a hall full of white dudes. He's surrounded by nothing but white dudes. All the white dudes got the guns. He's sitting there talking. Now his partner, the one that got killed later, Nate, is sitting right next to him. And the way he talks to his partner, he talks to his partner like a woman would talk, like a wife would talk to her husband. See, you don't pay attention to stuff like that because you're caught up in the drama. But these are little subliminal messages that are hidden in these movies to train black people to be passive towards whites and to be accepting towards whites. When you look at that scene when they were sitting on the floor in the hallway and the way he was talking to his partner and the way he looked at him like a loving wife would look at her husband. His eyes was all big. He was all relaxed. He looked like he was getting ready to put his arm around him. Now, when they got into the area where the crazy dude was, and they was able to subdue the white dude, and that little girl went to safety. When the white dude got shot and was laying down, he was still alive though. He was laying down. Danny grabs the rifle and points it at the white dude, knowing that he's no longer a threat. But he pointed it at him with all of this aggression. And the aggression was for the white girl. How dare you take a white girl hostage? If you could have seen the look on his face, he had the 1,000-yard stare and everything. The old man, first of all, the guy that got shot was an old, crinkly, old, crusty dude. Old white dude who lost his mind. He was no longer a threat. He was laying on his back with a bullet hole in him, right? And he got this shotgun trained on him with a 1,000-yard stare, with all of this aggression. Like, how dare you take this white girl hostage? Now, let me explain something to you. He didn't show the least bit emotion for his wife until he found out that he was being framed. And even then, there was a couple of kisses, a hug, with nothing really, intimate going on, with nothing really hard going on. He had more emotions for the white dude than he had for his own wife in the movie. Now, throughout, now, here's another kicker, right? He's in hell and hot water right now. So who does he call to help him out? He calls another white dude, Chris Xavier. Notice now, you would think that here come the white man to the rescue, right? Oh no, 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 no. When the white man got there, the white man quickly established, like, hey, I'm a stranger to you. I'm here to do my job, but I'm not here for you. You leaving here is the least thing on my mind. And even though they went through the situation, even though people worked with this man and know this man, all these white people now, they worked with him, they knew him for 20 years, but none of them gave him, except for one white dude, gave him the benefit of the doubt. Only one white dude gave him the benefit of the doubt, and that's the one that had that kill shot on him and wouldn't take it. But the guy, Chris Sabian, played by Kevin Spacey, told him, don't think you brought anything by asking me to come here. So the white dude kept him on notice the whole time. I'm not here for you. Now, eventually, the situation played out to where he was able to prove his innocence. But check this out. Even though he was framed and he was innocent, and even though that there were white people to blame, he still didn't get off scot-free. He had to take a bullet for that. In order for his freedom to get proven, his name to be cleared, he had to take a bullet at the end of the day. Ain't that something? At the end of the day, he gets shot to clear his name. It's the same going out as it was coming in. Him being overly emotional over white people. And the reason why I opened up with this because we have to look at the pattern of black men following white men and the behavior that black men have towards white men and the behavior they have towards black women. They had this hateful disdain for black women, but seem to have a very accepting attitude towards black men to the point where it's almost intimate. And in some cases, it is intimate. They have this love for white men. They want to be white men. They want to be like white men. And they try to show the white man that they have love for him by openly showing him, by showing him openly the open hatred that they have for black women. So it's a trade-off. The white man is accepting the black man's love in return for his hatred towards his own woman. This is why you got a black version of the manosphere. Manosphere is originally a white group of racist white men who have issues with Becky and Karen. But now you have a black version who created issues with black women. Issues that were never there, issues that aren't still there. The issues that they talk about with black women are non-existent. There is no gynocracy. There is no black women oppressing black men. None of this nonsense that they talk about exists. So they created a condition, or they created a set of conditions to be like their white counterparts, to justify their existence. Because The white manosphere exists because they got real issues with Becky and Karen. The black man doesn't have such issues. So in order for the manosphere to make sense, they have to create issues with the black woman, issues that don't exist. None of the issues that they bring up exist. There was no black female fuckery. There's no gynocracy. There's no black women are oppressing black men. There is no black women selling black men into slavery. There's none of that stuff going on. I mean, these guys are so bad that if a 3-year-old girl smiles, according to them, she's learning how to manipulate men. That's how bad these guys are. A 3-year-old girl is a manipulator of men. And so they create these factions to try to mimic their white counterparts. Now they claim that they're being oppressed by the black woman. I don't know how that is when they're making all these single baby mothers. Now, for some reason, these guys don't understand how things work. If you have a baby, if you get a woman pregnant, you are responsible. You are the father. As soon as that woman is pregnant, you are the father. Now, how it goes is this. When the baby comes into this world, you're supposed to raise it, take care of it, because it's your child. But they don't see it that way. They want to be like their white counterparts. They want to raise holy hell and say that the woman tricked them in her getting pregnant. When they laid down to have sex, they did not consent to having a baby. So, according to them, if they have sex with you and they say, hey, listen, I don't want to have a baby, and they're having sex with you with no condom and you get pregnant, that's your responsibility according to them. So they want to be like their white counterparts. They want to be the new taskmasters of the new slavery. I told you this Negro today is self-enslavement. I call him the SIS nigga 10,000. Comes with batteries and the ability to self-enslave. And you know how you had them dolls where you pull the cord in the back, right? And then the thing would say something while the cord is rolling up. Like you pull it, it'll go, happy birthday, thank you very much, happy birthday, right? Well, on the SIS nigga 10,000, when you pull the ripcord, it says, what's the matter, master? We sick? What's the matter, master? We sick? We sick? We sick? So they have created a black version of the manosphere. Now you tell me, what do we need with a black version of the manosphere? I'll tell you, we don't need it. They need it because they love white men. This is why they hate black women. Because he is a slave to both Becky and Brad. Becky hates black women. So Becky is telling him, hey, if you're going to love Brad, then you got to hate black women in order for us to accept you. See, Becky knows that her man is a pedophile and a deviant. She doesn't even try. She doesn't even try to do anything about it. She knows he's gone, so she tries to get her best out of it. So while you over here hating your woman and allowing your children to be murdered because you don't want to be a responsible father, because you hate the seeds that you bring into this world, you're being controlled by Becky and Brad. And so here we have large groups of black men who want to be like white men, who have turned against black women, hoping to gain the love of white men. You can see it all in the movies. The movie The Negotiator. Black men with powers, skills, getting all emotional about helping white people. Look at how Denzel Washington behaved in that movie with that white girl who was a prostitute. Keep in mind, she was a street walker. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve to be treated like a human being. I'm just saying she was a call girl, a hooker, a street walker, a street walker. She was a harlot. And look at the way he treated her. He treated her with the utmost love and care. Did things with her that he should be doing with a black woman. They went for a long walk and he laughed. They talked and he laughed. He was very compassionate with her. And then it was so bad that when she got her ass whooped by Slave and them, which I think dude should have minded his own business, but she got her butt beat by Slave and them, dude went and took out everybody up there. Now, granted, I mean, it was Whitey he was taking out. He went and took the whole room, took everybody out. And then what killed me was he had to go and ask permission from a white woman. And then when the white woman asked him about the girl and asked him why, he didn't even give a real answer. He just said, I don't know. One day somebody does something unthinkable to someone and you do something about it because you can. Really? And so in the movies, the black dude in that movie was stupid. The one real true black dude was stupid. The white dude was a wigger. And the one that was about anything was a Hispanic named Robbie. Matter of fact, the black dude was nosy. The black dude was on some, yo, Mr. McCall, I bet you didn't have to pull dollars on your last job. Yo, we trying to figure out what you did for a living on your last job. What business is that of yours? So he's nosy as hell. And the white dude was a dumb wigger. What, you was a pimp? What the fuck is a pimp? I mean, he was just dumb as I don't know what. But so here you got black people. I said this before about black people in these movies with either these super skills or these magical powers that do nothing but benefit white folks. Now, in the Equalizer 2, I don't know who said something, but there was a black dude in there that he helped. I don't know if he really helped him because he paid him $200 to paint the wall. Now, here it is. You don't own this building, but yet you painting it for no reason, and you're spending your money to paint the wall when the owner of the building should have that done. So you paid the dude $250, and there was a scene to where the dude was getting ready to go do a drive-by or whatever, and he came in there and got him out of there. I guess that was the end of that. But in the meantime, he was killing white folks and working for white, because he started the movie off helping white folks, getting a white, kidnapped girl back. So these movies, and The Green Mile was one of the worst ones I've seen in a while. And I want to tell you something else. This other Equalizer with Queen Latifah, that's pretty bad too. That's pretty bad too. As a matter of fact, I think they're a little bit over the top with the one with Queen Latifah. I don't even know what they're doing that for. Clearly, she's out of her league now. Okay. But that's my girl. I still like Queen Latifah, but she's out of her league in this one. So we got to be careful with these movies that we watch and the way they have Negroes behave. Like, if you watch Spike Lee movies, black people don't behave like that. Spike Lee stops all of that. They don't behave like that in Spike Lee movies. So, what do we have here? What is brewing under our nose? What are they rubbing in our face? They're saying to us, they want to be in love with white men and that we can have our black women because they hate our black women. They hate our black women. They don't care about them. They don't care about anything that happens to them. As a matter of fact, if something bad happened to our black women, they think it's funny. And they can't wait to make podcasts about it. But let something happen to a white male. These dudes are all sympathetic, giving them all the excuses and giving them cop-outs. They're defending Derek Chauvin. They're defending this cop that killed the Bryan girl. They're defending all of the white cops. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a rough day today. But they are defending the white cops. And then they are defending white men. So you got to look at it this way. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And we have to be careful with these movies, right? We go and support these movies. We're actually supporting white supremacy, y'all. We're not really supporting the actor. This is why I like what Tyler Perry's doing. Tyler Perry's doing his own thing, making his own movies. He's got his own production studio. But when you in their system, you got to acquiesce to what they want you to do. Like in the Green Mile, John Coffey, big black dude running around. As quiet as a mouse, as gentle as a kitten. Big old hulking dude. Look like he can pull trees right out of the ground. But he walking around like a little kitten. And had a gift of healing. And the white people in there benefited from that gift and still sent it to the electric chair. Didn't even try to stop him. I'd have been like, nah, dude, I can't do that, bro. We need you in this world, man. But we're going to figure it out. But I can't let you go to the electric chair. One of the most significant parts of that movie is when Tom Hanks said to him, what do you want me to do? Bust you out of here? Why not? Y'all been taking him out every night to go heal somebody white. Why not bust him out? They can take him out of that. They break him out of his cell every night to go help somebody white. But you can't break him out. Excuse me. You can't let him out of his cell one night and just let him go. I found that fantastic. I found that hard to be. I thought that was crazy. Like y'all let this man out of his cell every damn night, put him in that piece of wagon, and he go and he helps someone. He goes and he heals someone white. And that white woman was so messed up, she damn near killed him. They should have let him out on that alone. She was so corrupted and so messed up. Whatever he sucked out of her body damn near killed him. So, you know, Hancock, the list goes on and on. 7 pounds. Even in the pursuit of happiness, what was he doing? Trying to get a job with white folks, trying to get that corporate job. So we have to be careful of the movies we watch. Don't just get caught up in the drama. Pay attention to what the black people are doing. Excuse me. Even when you look at the movie The Black Panther, right? In Wakanda. Yes, there was black people everywhere, but they were passive, right? And aggressive to each other. And the white people that were in that movie, they just came in there for benefits. You know? So, in closing, I'm going to say we have a large group of black men that are teaching hatred while black women simply because they have compromised their sexuality and they are hoping to win the love of white men. With that being said, let me bring in my co-host, Dane.
Yes. Hmm.
I'm at the end of my rant. Give me your take.
Okay. Well, I learned over the years, the bulk of Denzel movies has been like that, where he's saving someone white or he's doing something for someone white. So I wasn't too surprised about that. I think the only movie where he wasn't doing something with someone white, or for someone some white, was when he was doing a Spike Lee movie. Um,
Yeah, because a headshot. Because yeah, they're gonna go for the headshot because the headshot will stop the forward movement of the knife. Because when she was swinging, she was in the process of swinging the knife to stab the woman. So they're probably going to go for a headshot in that instance to try to stop her movements cold. So he intended to kill her. He didn't intend to wound her. He intended to kill her. If that was a headshot, he definitely intended to kill her. Go ahead, Dan.
yeah, and from the way they were working on him, I thought it shot her in the neck, nicked the artery. Okay, and yeah, oh yeah, and the Green Mile, yes, because this Green Mile was obvious in your face with it.
Yeah, that
Um,
was so. Yeah, that was so. That movie pissed me off so bad.
yeah, it wasn't until I saw the Black Panther again that I saw it. But anything that I had a feeling because it was a Marvel movie, which is, as far as I'm concerned, white movie. Um, that it wasn't gonna be completely the I think it would be. Yeah, they're supposed to be secret, but yet they brought a white man in. But he ain't the first white man, and one that they trusted. Yeah, and yeah, and they were hiding. They were trying to keep separate from the world, which I kind of understand because every time the world gets involved or find out something about you, they try to snatch it and take it away. You know, yeah, all our Black Wall Streets. They jealous. No, black people shouldn't have all this because they black. I'm white. I'm supposed to have all that. So I'm going to go up there and take it. So, I just thought it was bad that they weren't helping all of Africa. They could have been protecting and taking care of all of Africa, but that's the problem with and that's how they did division on us anyhow. Tribalism. Yeah, I'll take care and protect my tribe. Everybody else is on their own because they're not our people. That they're not our people attitude. Yeah, I like Marvel movies too, but let's just face it. It's white industry. It's gonna favor the white, or um um it's gonna be a road. Let me see. How can I put it? Well, it's gonna be kind of a white point of view. See, they don't all the time see all the subtle things of racism. Um, um, they thinking all of us people working together as equal, but it's not everything is equal.
And then
Yeah.
drop the link.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because I have my favorite Marvel characters. You know, yeah, I like Wolverine. But really, I wasn't that really much interested in Storm. So which is kind of weird considering she's a black woman. I read about her. Not too much Black Panther, but I was interested in the Black Captain America. Yeah, I saw a comic book of of a, um of a Black Captain America. Couldn't afford it though. I was a student. So I was trying to, since this comic book store lets you read, they have one they leave open, let you read. I was trying to make my way through the comic book. He let me read a couple of pages at a time. That reality is why. People like Tyler Perry to me are sellouts. All the influence and powers, but using it to fuel the problem. Well, actually, he had to work with that influence and power till he got enough money to get his own thing, and then he could do the way things he wanted. Yeah. So yeah. So you gotta. It's not either or to me. Okay, the LGBTQ objective person, I think he still struggles himself. Notice how most of his men are prettier than the women. Okay. But then you got he could be gearing towards his fan base. When it was his plays and stuff, it was mostly women. Um. Well, there was other movies. Okay, okay. Let me think. I haven't been watching too many of them. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to you that on that treasure. Yeah, the plays. Although I came into the plays late, I remember. Come to think of it, I had seen more white people. First time I ever heard of Tyler Perry, there was this white woman in the move in the move the blockbuster, and she was like, "Have you ever?" She was quoting some phrases from the Medea plays. I had no clue what she was talking about, but she act like I should know. I was like, "What are you talking about, Medea?" Don't know what you're talking about. You ain't seen this Medea. Oh, the first time I ever seen her, I didn't know anything about it. So I was like, you should see it. Still never seen it. Uh, I don't usually go. I still didn't see it for years because white people recommend it. I don't think they recommend good movies. So they say I totally ignore them. So I was like, if I'm going to be spending money, I'm going to spend money on something I want to see, not because she recommended. I hate to say it, the ones I saw were bootleg. So that's when I got introduced to Tyler Perry bootleg movie. It's plays. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they were based on being stuck in a slave mentality. Mm, yeah. And then weirdly enough, I was more entertained by the plays, and I guess because he get off script in the plays. Yeah, he's known for his comedic work, but Max talked about the negative portrayal of black people dominating. Tyler had the platform to portray us better, and he doesn't. Comic crap get old at a point. One play was all about just pray about it and turn the other cheek, just like Master taught. Uh, okay, yeah, but each character said something different. There was some that was like, no, I'm not about turning the other cheek. hmm But yeah. So yeah, I was into the comedic part of it. Yes, I did hear the praying. There's a church play. I expect there to be some prayer. Yeah, it was advertised to church folks. Yes, it was. That's why I said b- black women was his fan base because from the plays. But it wasn't just Tyler Perry. If you look at any of the church plays, they're geared like that. Yeah, he's dressed like a man, but it's not like he intentionally did that. It turns out he had a character, actress that played to play Medea, but unfortunately, this was like around when he first was started, and the person left him hanging, and he had a play to put out. So, um, So he knew all the lines, so he just went up and did it. Didn't have time to get anybody else in. The play must go on. Are you prepared to give all the money back? And then you, but once people got over the shock, they just accepted. hmm And a common way mocking God from a church perspective, again, no quality. Okay. All right. I'm just going to leave it as you do not like Tyler Perry's plays, movies, and leave it alone. But let's see. To me, his plays were a lot about family, um, um, the dysfunctional families, and and to tell people, because we do know that some families dysfunction. We just don't know what their dysfunction is, and it was a way of trying to uh, tell people how to do things and stuff like that. A woman, shouldn't take any abuse. How to tell if you got a punk dude or a crazy dude that's abusing you. Got a punk dude, beat his ass, grit ball. It's time to play grit ball with him. Got a crazy dude, run, get away from him. He's crazy. You don't care about no police. He's not gonna stop. You gotta get away. You gotta go into witness protection service. hmm Yeah, and hey, there's nothing wrong with prayer, but don't just let it be the end all and be all. And even so, even he mocked the people that just pray and pray and pray and pray about it and don't do anything. And 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 sometimes prayer isn't enough. So he touched those bases that y'all all talking about. Or that okay, I had an issue when he had. Okay, I gotten used to him being in a dress, but when he had another character play a female who's obviously a male.
Kind of getting
Okay.
away from stuff, dang.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, the really
I'm
back
not
in.
even sure what you're talking about at this point.
Oh, okay.
The topic is about black men hating black women because they love white men.
Mhm.
That's what we should be talking about. And I gave some examples about subliminal programming in movies, how the behavior of black people towards white people in these movies.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. We all been programmed to think like that to a certain degree. Okay. Okay. So when something happened to a woman, we notice the difference between when it's for black women and when it's for white women. In fact, it's so obvious that we kind of accept it, you know, and that there's going to be a stronger manhunt for white women. Hey, if she turn up missing, if she gets killed, any of that, we automatically know. Now, I think it's a possibility that these black men love white men, and that could be part of the reason they with the Beckys, because the Beckys is close as they can get to white men, because she either birthed them or had sex with them. Hey, bro, Rob, and 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 they after a while they start looking more and more like men, especially the older they get. Um, Yeah, and that they hate their black skin so much they want to be white. They think by acting certain ways, sleeping with white women, living in certain neighborhoods, that their blackness disappear and they become white men. So they start talking like white men, trying to act like white men, and marrying, sexing up, and getting involved with their women. They don't see the children they have with her as black. In fact, it's even better because it'll bleed out the blackness of their children. So the thing that want better for your children than you have, that's their way. They believe that, hey, if I married or have children with this white woman, their skin will lighten up, they'll be closer to white, and they'll have a better life. And that'll be their way of being better than me.
I think that's one of the biggest problems that we make as black people, and why we have so many black people now settling, acting like there's nothing going on because they got maybe a little job with white folks and they make a little bit of money and they think everything's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And until they get their wake up call, they'll just keep saying, "Well, he should have cooperated with the police. He shouldn't have done what he done." Why you think they're so quick to go with them with the narrative that that person was a criminal, or they did drugs, or they were in prison, um, they did bad things. So they excuse because that's what they believe. It's.
Well, peace and love, man. How y'all doing this evening?
What's up, bro, Rob? How you, bro?
Man, I'm good, brother. I'm good. I hope everything is well with you and with Dame, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we getting older. Everybody getting older. I can tell you sniffling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that everything is well, good brother. Make sure you getting your rest. Make sure
Yeah,
you
man.
drinking that water. You know. But I just wanted to weigh in on the situation. Uh, a lot of topics y'all bring up. You know me, Max, man. I be bubbling. I be
Yeah, man.
bubbling. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Uh-huh.
mean, I don't be wanting to go full atomic, bro. Rob, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. But this one is something that we got to start talking about because the behavior now to me done got past unacceptable. This hatred for our women. What really broke the camel's back was how they talked about that young girl, Micaiah Bryant. That really got under my skin. This whole love affair with Whitey. I'm wondering if it's for the love of white men. It's the reason why the hatred for the black women exists.
Hold on a sec. There you go, brother Rob.
Oh yeah, all good. So man, let me get on topic, bro. Beating around the bush. And look, the truth is, here go the truth. A lot of us look at reality through white people eyes. And so when we look at these stories, it is very easy for that white boy, that white girl on the inside of us to come out in these situations. Black power is not a very, accepted type of thinking nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, to me, it's the three A's. You know what I'm saying? I talk about them all the time. You know, we ambivalent, we apathetic, and we aloof. This young lady, yeah, you know what I'm saying, she was about to stab this girl. And yeah, the policeman, he had to take action. It's a lot of things he could have did, you know. I mean, I work in a school, so I take care of situations such as that all the time in a non-lethal way. I'm not even,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me?
Right.
And I'm not a big guy. I'm not trying to claim that I'm a tough guy, anything like that. But here's the situation. The man that was on premises was a weakling. And
No doubt.
until we address these weak ass men out here that be talking with these weak talking points and claiming data and all of these types of things, until we address the weakness, you know what I'm saying, and have consequences for that weakness. And you got to get in line. That's just the bottom line. It seems like we just want to acquiesce and accept everything. Look, I know everybody got their opinion, y'all. Here's the facts, right? Here's the facts. You can look at every social marker. We got a lot of work to do. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't go around bragging Max, but let me say out loud, right? That's why I'm a little hoarse. From Saturday, you know what I mean? Every Saturday, right? I'm working with the young men out here, where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them baseball, right? But it's more to it than just teaching them baseball. See, my ulterior motive is, my target goal is 40 kids. If I can get 40 black families cheering on kids that's likely going to fail, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing in baseball, right? If you hit the ball 3 out of 10 times, you go into the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
It's the 7 times that you got to strike out, the 7 times you hit it and they throw you out at first that people can't deal with. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So I teach young men how to come back from failure. What if these 40 young men all get to know each other? What's the likelihood of them wanting to kill each other when they get 18, 19, 20 years old?
It
And
depends on how. Yeah, but it depends on how they get to know each other, though.
yeah, they get to
See,
know each
see,
other under some very specific terms.
right. You
So,
see, what I'm concerned with is them getting to know each other for compassionate reasons and intimate reasons, which is what the manosphere pushed, which is what Kevin Samuels pushed. This male intimacy, and now you have a group now where I mentor at. I'm starting to see young boys walking around here with their arms around each other
uh-huh. Yeah,
at the
and,
age of
and you can
13 and 14 years old, and they
you
don't like girls.
you can understand that if they around me, you know what I'm saying, for any stretch of a period of time under very very specific. So I go with SMART goals. If I
Hmm.
ain't gonna even get all into that, but you know what I'm saying. You can look it up. You can Google it. You know what I'm saying. I go with SMART goals. Something specific, something measurable. You know what I'm saying. Something to where I can see, quantify where the growth is. You see what I mean? They got to know exactly what to do and they got to work together as a team. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can put anybody down because if the back catcher don't do his job, the pitcher can't do his job. If the pitcher don't do his job, the infielders, hell, they ain't got nothing to do. You
You know
know
what
what
I
I'm
think? Right. You know what I think we need to bring back, bro?
saying?
We need to bring back the boxing gloves.
Oh man, my oldest son, that's what he about to get
Yeah.
started with. We about to,
Remember
oh
back?
man, it's about to happen, cuz.
Yeah, you remember back in the day, your father always had gloves in the basement, man.
Oh yeah.
And we if we got into it, he brought the gloves out. You know what I'm saying? And we learned how to take our aggressions before we learn how to fight. That builds a lot of toughness, man. A lot of mental and emotional toughness.
And,
We
and,
got to
and,
get
and
back to that.
man, look, this the best thing. See, for all of those people who think that fighting is not the answer, right?
Mhm.
Why don't you just go on down to, your local, you know, municipal building and see if they in there fighting. You see?
Yeah.
Cause see, they
And think
fighting
about
for
it.
the. Go
And
ahead,
what they
bro.
don't understand, what they don't understand is boys are going to fight, but if you teach them how to fight,
Mm-hmm.
if you teach
Mm-hmm.
them how to fight, they won't kill each other as much.
Exactly.
If you teach them
Right.
how to fight, you'll have more fair fights than you'll have them picking up guns and killing each other.
Mm-hmm. And it's a thing of knowing each other. See what I'm saying? See,
Right.
if I know you and we get into it, bet after we done had our little disagreement, we done had our fight. Now
That's
it's
right.
over. It's
Now you
over now.
cool. Yeah.
Right. See,
Yeah.
that's the thing. We gotta make an atmosphere where young
Hmm.
men can get to know each other.
Yeah. And you respected each other because you knew each other would fight. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know,
Exactly.
and there was that mutual respect.
Exactly. It's a give and a take. Look, man,
Hmm.
my mom. This is my mom, right? My mom said, "Hey, we don't start nothing, but we end it all."
Hmm.
Hey, that's the household I grew up in. My father
Yeah.
told me, man, hey, we ain't running from. We don't start nothing, but we ain't running from nothing. You know.
Nah.
Hey, if a joker want to fight, then that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a fight. And hey,
Well, you know,
you made that decision. That's how I look at it.
and this is what's killing me, man, because they don't realize how bad they're hurting these boys. They won't let these boys be boys.
Mm-hmm.
Boys fight. Don't get all excited because they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what little boys do. They fight. That's how
Mm-hmm.
they learn their little masculinity. They learn how to control their testosterone. This is how they found out who they are. Let them fight. Just make sure you're watching the fight and they're not going too far, but let them bang it out.
Mm-hmm. And it's
That's a
and it's
part of
what they
growth.
see. See, here go the thing, right? You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
Like I said, I work at a school, right? And
Hmm.
so I have to be careful about. Well, it don't even matter at this point because I got some decisions to make in June, right? But uh, what had happened is, let's say for instance, right? They get into it and it's irreconcilable, right? This man then slap this girl. Hey man, they gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no
Hmm.
way in the world I'm about to let these two kids out of school, bro. So hey,
Hmm.
once everybody gone, all right, everybody dismissed, and these two but about to put them 10 ounces on, and y'all gonna get it on right here, right now. Let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Hmm.
exactly what we used to do, bro. And
Right, and
that's
people
why,
don't realize.
and that's
Right, and
that's
people don't.
exactly why I ain't had
Right,
no killings when I at any school I done been in.
right, and you know what? And when you thought about that respect, right,
Mm-hmm.
it trickled down to the behavior in the community. Like, for example,
Mhm.
if people knew you, they say, "Okay, that's Rob." You know, we know Rob gonna throw that. Rob got hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we see Rob's sisters walking by, we're going to extend that respect we have to Rob to his sisters. We're going to protect his sisters, and we ain't going to let nobody bother his sisters because we respect him, right?
Man, we
And
we
so,
took it. We
uh huh,
even took it further, bro. Say for
uh huh.
instance, say for instance, I ain't on the block and my mama pull up with groceries,
That's
and you
yup.
didn't and you didn't
Hmm.
help her, bro. Hey, when I show up, hey man, AG, we got to talk, man. What's wrong with you?
That's right.
Man,
That's
bro,
right.
that's how far we took it, bro. Like it was just a mutual thing. You ain't had to say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
If you ain't have to say nothing, bro. Hey, bro, if your
Well, I
mama
mean,
slipped on some ice, do you understand what would happen, bro?
I
Just
know.
because you
And
just because I ain't shovel your snow, man, bro, man, it's about to be
hey,
something.
man, I commend you with your kids. At least you got a direction. My head is still spinning at what I'm seeing. I haven't even settled yet. I'm
Mhm.
still taking in the information of what's coming through these youth centers. These boys are wrecked, dude. I mean, they are messed up in the head. You know, it's gonna take it's
It's
gonna
gonna
take
take a
some
lot.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna take. Like I said, we got some work to do, right?
yeah.
And we gotta stop looking for the answer outside of us, bro. Man, who is
Hmm.
we waiting on, bro? Superman ain't coming. Batman ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Them the only two DC characters that's fake decent, right?
Uh-huh.
If
And
you
you know what I'm seeing, man? I don't see no real toughness from these kids.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't see it
I
anymore,
see
man.
it in
I don't
certain
see any.
individuals.
oh man, ain't no stick to itiveness at all, bro. Like
Nah, nah.
you would be amazed at I'm talking about even the so-called gangster cats, right? You would be amazed at what they can't do. You know what I'm saying? They can't leave out the house, bro. They can't be on social media, fam. You feel me? Man, bro, they just can't do it. I be like, damn, bro, I thought you was a gangster. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
What I'm saying is that I make them understand that you really electrician in disguise. You feel me?
Mm,
You really a business owner in disguise. You really want to go into taking care of some of these foreclosures. That's what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? You just afraid. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try. I just try to make sure that cats understand it's a whole nother way, bruh. It's a whole
yeah.
nother way. And white women ain't the path. You hear me?
Hell no.
White women ain't the let me be very clear. Marriage, right, is a cultural expression. That's what it is. You are joining your family with their family. That is what is happening, y'all. And then if you add on the finance of this thing, let's look at the numbers. You know, so they always quoting data. Let's look at the data. The average
Mm,
black family got $17,000 of wealth. The average white family got $180,000 of wealth. Right? I guarantee you, fam, you're not on the high end if you're marrying a white person. Okay? Okay?
mm,
So you're not going to benefit from those numbers. And everything else is just psychological weakness. That's what it is.
yeah.
We can't get from under white supremacy. You can't get from under it. You gotta understand it and you gotta find a
They
way to get
accepting it
over
though.
it.
When you have elders like my age, right, or a little younger than me, telling these young boys that they don't call selling out, they call it buying in. That's problematic.
Yeah, we have to create the proper narrative. See, here go the thing. Of course, you probably see me. I be on B1 Network a lot.
Hmm.
That's what we trying to do. We trying to create the proper narrative so that people got something to run with. See, like me by me starting this baseball league, that gives somebody a reason, an opportunity to get out here and do some work in the community.
Yeah,
You
but
see
that's
what I mean?
great, right? Right. That's great for the cosmetics, right? But we got to get into that psychological state of mind, right? And to do
Mm,
that, I think what we have to do is we have to fight the culture that's poisoning their minds. We got to reverse that culture that's poisoning their minds. You got a culture that teaches these boys to to hate women and become homosexuals.
man, man,
That's
and I
what this
mean,
culture is doing. That's what this culture is doing. That's what all these when you look at these books, right? These Mac books, these pimp books, right? And all of them books, all it does is teach boys to womanize women, hate women, have a disdain for women, right? And to dominate women and to brutalize women, right? While it teaches them respect and acceptance for the men that are doing these kinds of things. So they develop a disdain for the women and a healthy relationship with the men. That's what's going on.
yeah, I think we need to be clear. You know, a lot of these people who are very well known on YouTube and everything, y'all have to understand this didn't happen in a vacuum, right?
Mm,
There's been many evolutions of this so-called manosphere.
right? And they've been exposed many times as being very weak men, very hurt men. Hurt people hurt people. You don't have to be a psychologist to understand that.
Yeah, I think somebody need their ass whooped though, bro.
Oh man, you know the irony of this thing is, right? The more they get exposed, the more they get exposed, it clearly shows the psychotic nature of black people. We looking for the car crash. I think what we need to do again is create the proper narrative. We need to start pumping up positive images. That's important.
Right,
We need to
right,
go ahead,
right,
bro.
right, and I think that we need to start with letting these brothers know that it's not okay to be a womanizer. There's nothing cool about, you know, mistreating or abusing a female.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not gangster. That's not manly. That's not what an honorable man does. You know, you got to
Man,
start pushing that narrative out there. And I'm gonna tell you something else, man. A lot of these cats, this keyboard stuff, hiding behind these keyboards, whatever, man. Because I can't find none of these dudes out here in the street. I've been looking for these types. Like, where are these guys at? I'm all in my neighborhood. I'm riding around town. I can't find where these guys don't come out on the street.
yeah, where's y'all at, John?
Yeah, you know, me and my boy was out here the other day riding and cruising. We can't find none of these dudes, man.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you know
Where these
what?
dudes at?
Yeah, it's they are virtual tough guys. They
Yeah,
are keyboard pimps. They and I mean again, man, you know what I'm saying? And they've been exposed as pedophiles, they've been exposed as cheerleaders, they've been exposed.
yeah,
Hey,
we can't find none of these dudes. They not in the bars.
they got turned down 19 times for the prom. I mean, hey,
Yeah,
look, man, the list go on and on. You know what I'm saying? Most of these guys are divorced. Most of these guys don't. Here's the other key. A lot of us have not even seen a healthy relationship. My mama and daddy still married. They've been married for 50 years, bro.
that's what's up.
50 plus
That's what
years.
I'm talking about.
You know, I've been married now for 20 plus years. My wife is
Hmm.
beautiful, and I love
Hmm.
black women. If
That's right.
man, if something was to happen and my wife, I lose my wife or something like that, it ain't no way I go to no Latino woman, no white woman. Black women got my full attention, bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of these guys that take it to the extreme. That's the other problem we got. We got extremes, too many extremes. You know, it ain't one way or the other. You know, the answer is in the middle, y'all. The answer in the middle. It's not one way or the other. Black people are we not some just one group of people that just all think the same. We're not gonna all walk, step and step. That's not gonna happen yet. What is gonna happen is, we all recognize a problem and start working together, and little by little we build on it and build on it, and the next thing you know, it seems like that's the way it's supposed to be. That's how it's gonna happen. It ain't just gonna one day everybody wake up. It don't work like
Hmm.
that. Man. I mean, it's not hard to understand, but it start with one. You do what you. Hey, Max, I'm gonna hold the line on my end, brother.
Hey,
Hey,
man,
I'm gonna hold
did
it.
you
I'm
see
gonna hold
the?
the line.
All right, did you see the podcast? Hey, what was it like 3 days ago, Dane? Where we had Ron up here.
Man, I ain't see the whole thing.
Did you see when Ron was up here? I think he was in the chat when he was up here.
I was, man, but then I had to leave, bro. I ain't see the whole thing.
Man, that fool, man. You know, he a product of BGS, Ibor, and them guys over here talking crazy, talking about black women don't belong to us. They was put on slave ships separately and brought here to be concubine. Just some of the most
Oh,
craziest things I ever heard in my life, man.
oh man, oh
Yeah,
man. You know,
Every
Yeah.
now and then I hear Mr. Fantastic undertones in his speaking points.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, me and the so-called master teacher, Mr. BGS, we done had our words, and you know, I've been we didn't spoke in the past and everything. You know,
Yeah, I ain't got, I mean, I'm cool with BG. I ain't really upset with BG. BGS, we never really had no thing.
hmm
I mean,
yeah.
I just stay my distance from the manosphere.
Yeah, it's not
I
my
don't rock
a
with them
lot of
guys.
what they have to say over there. I just never
Yeah.
heard before because I don't move around in circles with cats that I feel like is weak. That's weak.
See,
What you
see,
man is weak.
see, one thing about BGS, you can talk to BGS. Y'all can have a kind of, BGS not one of them disrespectful dudes, okay? He may have a different way of looking at stuff, but you can actually sit down and have a conversation with BGS.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
like
Them
that's
other
what I'm
dudes over
saying.
there tripping. Yeah.
We didn't had our words. He didn't call
Right.
me the white knight and all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the one
Yeah.
the woman savior. So this is
Yeah,
where we at. This
they call me the Black Knight Fool. They call
mm,
me Super Simp. They call me Gangster Simp.
oh yeah,
That's the yeah, that's the latest one. Gangster Simp is the latest one.
the gangster simp. I like that one.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah. I
that one.
like that one too. I
Yeah.
like that one too. I told him I like that one
So
too.
yeah, this is where
Yeah.
we had our biggest disagreement. If you remember
Mm,
the black girl that worked at McDonald's and the white dude attacked her. And
yeah.
this is what I said. I said if I was sitting in that McDonald's, that white man
Mhm.
would not have went home. He'd have went to the dentist, he'd have went to the doctor, but he wouldn't have went home. Hey, he
Speaking of, check this out. Them boys that was in there with her. Has
hmm
anybody noticed how strong they were?
hmm
They were?
The one
No, they
boy. Did you
weren't
see the?
strong.
No, the one boy that was next to her who didn't do nothing until after it was over with.
Uh-huh.
Man, you see how he snatched that white dude up and pushed him to the side.
I missed that part.
Them boys were actually strong, man. Their mentality was just not right.
Uh-huh.
See, my mentality is this. I suffer
Mm-hmm.
no fools. See, once you
Yeah.
get grown, here go the thing. If I view you as a grown man, like I'm not asking you for no birth certificate or no ID or nothing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But once view you as a grown man, you know, at the end of the day, you are accountable for your words and actions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, every man is pretty much judged by that. So you're not gonna catch me doing nothing disrespectful, Max. And if a man
Mm-hmm.
decide he want to disrespect my mother, my wife, any black woman in my vicinity, if I think you disrespecting, you don't have to. If I think you disrespecting and then you white, you raising your voice at her. I don't know if that's your wife or not. Hey man, you going to the dentist. That's what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey man,
man.
that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no qualms about it. Everybody know it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
You
it
know
is.
what? Yeah, I hear you. And you know what? I like what you're doing with the baseball. We got to follow suit. We get the baseball out there to bring back the football. Get the boxing. Definitely get the gloves. We got to start saturating our neighborhoods with recreation for our boys and girls. When I was growing up, we had recreation everywhere. We didn't even have time to hang out on the street. There was too much to do. We had too many places to go to where we can hang out and do positive things. There were rec halls everywhere. We had municipal pools. We had outer skates. There was just too many places that we can go and do positive stuff rather than hang out on the street. You know.
And with all this technology we got, man,
Mm-hmm.
listen here. We can have shorties having Madden tournaments and 2K
Yeah.
tournaments, MLB tournaments. We can have them designing games and podcasting and all kind of man, listen. We sitting on the solution. The problem is we don't have no faith in each other and we believe in every narrative that white folks put up. All they got to do is run some negative story about black folks that go a week of content. Man, we gotta stop chasing the car crash. We gotta get real specific about at least putting up one positive story a week. Shit. Like, man, when we gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? We just gotta reverse. We gotta reverse what's happening. We see all you can. If people clicked out of this story and went to your home page, you gonna see at least 80 negative stories about black folks. That's
Yeah.
what it is. That's what it is, man.
Hmm. Okay, bro, Rob, Max dropped off, but Polo 20, dang it, he dropped off too. Okay, we had Polo 21. He might pop back in. Let me drop the link again. But yeah, that's a whole bunch of ideas. And it took me a while to, accept that not all boys fighting are bad. In fact, there's two of them. Still got to deal with them every now and then when I have their class. They buddies, but they fight. And it's not, I'm mad at you or I hate you fighting. They're just fighting. That's fun to them. And they get their energy out of their system and then they cool.
Hmm. And then here's the thing, and this is the best way to teach when you got a disagreement. When you
Mhm.
get down to the nitty gritty, what are y'all upset about? What is this argument? What does it stem from? Oh, and then you said, and so this is what I teach. You must learn how to respond to the response.
Mhm.
That's it.
Mhm.
Don't be nobody fool. You know, even a monkey get peanuts when he might sit there and scratch under his arms and do some flips. At least he get peanuts.
Mhm.
Man, niggas is getting 20 years for
Mhm.
not being in control of their emotions.
Yeah.
This is important. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young men that I've mentored over the years that I've lost to the system, right? Is because they couldn't get in control of their emotions, y'all. It's not because they hate their brother
Mhm.
or they hate their sister. That's not the reason. That's not the core reason.
Mhm.
The core reason is because nobody has ever taught them to have another emotion besides rage or joy. It's
Yeah.
no in between. It's either
Yeah.
I want to kill you or we cool.
Mhm.
That's asinine. It's asinine to think that you can continue to operate in a society like that. We either enemies or we friends. No. What about allies? What about allies?
Yeah. Well, I
Nisha,
had to do. Mhm. I
I,
had to
I was just
do.
gonna say that Anisha in the chat, she brought up a another key point: self-hatred.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
self-hatred is wrapped into the narrative. See, we talk about the power of words, but
Mhm.
we don't talk a lot about the power of images. See, images, they talk to both sides of your brain. You see?
Yeah.
And that's how it gets burned into your subconscious so quickly. Images talk to the creative part of your brain, and it also, vicariously puts you there. You know what you would do if you was in that situation. You can see yourself being Trayvon Martin if you a young black man,
Yeah.
a Tamir Rice, a Walter Scott, a John Stewart, a Mir Arbery, and man, you can see yourself being a Rakia Boyd. You can see yourself, and so these negative images, especially the way that they are portrayed and talked about in the mass media, it has had a profound effect on the way that our generation views one another. So I'm appreciative of the platform that you and Max put out here. So that we can talk about these issues and hopefully come away feeling empowered, inspired. You know, I talk too much, damn. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You
Yeah.
talked to some stuff, and we're finding out we have more young men listening than we know, and sometimes they need to hear it, that there are more men out there like you, Max, uh, Aaron Collins, and Hassan, and Emmanuel Briggs. Because in YouTube, it seems like y'all are so few.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. It reminds me of what Dr. King said. He said, at some point, silence is betrayal. You know,
mhm,
and you know the the parade, all of this negative energy spoken by all of these broken men. That has become the narrative. That's what it is. It has become the narrative. Black women are our problem.
mhm,
It's not massive unemployment. It's not generational poverty. No, it's black women. You see? And because we have spoken it so many times and said it so many different ways, it has now become the narrative.
mhm.
It's so sad.
Yeah. Hmm.
Go ahead,
Hey.
good brother, speak, bro, speak.
Hmm.
Hey, how's everybody doing on the panel?
All right. All right.
Yeah, I was listening in, and it's it's sad that we don't that's the image that is portrayed. I mean, it's like instead of the image of a black man being successful, we instead of focusing more on that, we focus more on uh, these broken boys, and and then we don't look at why these boys are broken. We just want to focus on the women, which is it's tragic because, like I said, if black men would be more focused, take their focus away from the women, at least the negative aspects of some of these women. I don't say all, some of these females out here, and actually focus on getting power, getting control of the neighborhood, if that's what you particularly want to do, we would be all right. But instead, it's all that wasted energy on trying to get females to submit, or just to get attention. It's like they're so focused on trying to get female attention, whether positive or negative, to the point of they're willing to sacrifice themselves to do that, and that's what you have out here right now. And so they're seeking guys like Kevin Samuels, even some of these dating coaches out here who are not teaching them for self improvement, getting themselves together. It's more or less, how do I get this chick in bed? If I get this chick in bed, so it's really tragic. And they don't have, even if they're having problems with females or having problems with their family, they really don't have, especially what I see online, they don't have a place they can go to at least talk about it and see how they can deal with it in a positive manner. Instead, it's always from a negative space, and it, it's sad.
I don't take for granted that I had a very positive upbringing, and that I, had a father in my life. So I don't take that for granted. It's just that my perspective, when I start thinking about strong men, I got something to fall back on. So, for those that want to write young boys off and stuff like that, please keep in mind that they might not have a positive role model, a positive idea of a strong black man. And so when we say a strong black man, we have to keep in mind we're talking about somebody who is married and a pillar in the community. He cut his grass, he pay his taxes, he do right. He his you know what I'm saying? He ain't got 15 you know, a family on this block and a family on that block. And you see what I mean? Those guys that go in, it don't matter if they scrub floors. You feel me? But they car washed. You know what I'm saying? They just be sitting on their porch. They be smoking a square. It's Mr. Baker. It's Mr. Woods. You know what I'm saying? In your neighborhood. This man, he probably got so much wisdom that you could go and get from him. That's how I learned. That's how I learned. Hey, look, man, I had junk cars, and I got to talking to old men because you know I'm broke. I'm young and I'm broke. Man, how do I fix a timing chain? Well, young man, you know, the first thing you gonna need, you know how the old guys talk. The first thing you gonna need is patience. You see, and then they hit you with the wisdom. Now the next thing you gonna need the right tool for the job. Don't go try to do a job with the wrong tools. You might can still get it done, but here go the wisdom, y'all. It's easier with the right tool. And then they'll shut up for a second to see if you got it. You know, this is why they call it wisdom. It's a dark saying. It's, you know, hopefully y'all caught it. Right? But it's value in having the right tool for the job. Right? So you know, let me apply it for people that might have went over your head. Right? Might have went over your head. You don't go to little guys who think they gangsters with some, hey, pull your pants up and get your life together. You don't go to them with that speech. You might get beat up. Right? Right? You go to them with something like, hey, brother, look, man, I see y'all out here hustling, man. I respect y'all hustling. Man, what if I told y'all that I got a legit hustle and you could probably make more money being legit? Here, man, come check it out, G. Look, see what I'm saying? This is how Brother Rob is successful. I don't go telling these young men to pull their pants up. You see? I tell them, hey, I got something for you. In the process, now, hey, when you go in here and talk to this guy that got this contract for you, you need slacks on, you need hard bottom shoes on. Here, go get you a lineup, Joe. All right, don't smoke nothing that day, G. You see? You don't take the warrior out of him. You don't take his manhood away. You clean him up. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah,
You gotta love them where they at, fam.
yeah. I mean, it's basically taking what they already know and just flip it to where it'll be beneficial in this certain area. And I think that thing is kind of lost because people don't want to. They want to just take away, like you said, take away their masculinity, what they know, and you know, just say, well, this is the way you're doing it is bad, and it's and like, look, some know, some they just don't know. So you have to get to them where they at, and then build them up to get to the place where you want them to be, but not without them feel like they have to lose part of themselves, and you know that's the balance. And a lot of I see guys who are, you know, in corporate or, you know, come. I think Max said it last night, a couple of panels ago. They get into that in education, all these different colleges, and then when they're exposed to, you know, the other culture's way of living, and then they try to come back, and then they look down on these people. And when you look down on people, people are not dumb. A lot of these guys are not dumb. They can tell if you're looking down on them. Like I said, I work in a prison. I work around these guys a lot, and I try as much as I can not to look down on them, but to understand where they are, even though I don't come from whatever neighborhood they come from. But I don't try to look down on them to, you know, and if they ask me something, if I give the best answer as I can. If I can't, then, I say, hey, well, you might want to look this up, look that up. But that's the thing. There are a lot of people who want to look down on these guys and just want to change them to fit their certain narrative of what a black person is supposed to be, instead of just accepting them for where they are and go from there and just teach them how to flip it.
Man, hey,
Yeah,
check this out, right? So I
yeah.
teach consumer ed, right? And so my final project, so it's project-based learning for the fourth quarter, the last 10 weeks of the school year. So this is what I did. I gave them a business plan template. So we talking about intersectionality. We talking about the location of their business. What type of business is it? And then they got to do an elevator pitch, and they got to do it on camera, right? So what is this going to do? It's gonna spark their imagination. They gotta, man. I done hit their PowerPoints with so many red marks, bro. They be mad as hell. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna give them enough information to go down to the small business administration. Once they graduate high school, they got their business plan together. You see? Look, us as educators, we gotta play our role. Y'all as parents, y'all gotta, play y'all role. Everybody gotta play their role. We sitting on the answer, y'all. We the answer. What we got already. We look, do y'all know this is the best educated generation of Africans, African Americans, black folks, however you want to say it, indigenous people. Look, we the most educated generation that has ever existed in North America. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that there's more black men in college than it is in prison for the first time in history? Did y'all know that? Yeah. See, see, but see, that narrative will never get on YouTube. Yeah, man, you can look it up. This is the first time in history more black men are in college than in prison. But we won't go with that one. You see,
No.
man. That's the issue. That's the issue. We looking for the car crash. I feel like, man. We sitting on it. The energy, we seen it. It's there. The money, we can put it together. Imagine if everybody in Black YouTube put $1 right at one account nationwide for 1 year, a month. Think about it, man. Hey, we could build a school and tell Dr. Umar, hey, mother, hey, come work right here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever you say was gonna implement, here, do it now, right now. Here, go to school right here. Here. Of course, everybody like, man, hell no, we ain't gonna give it to you. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? We are sitting on it. We got a way to communicate to one another. We can go and find somebody that we trust in the community. Make it happen. We can give it to attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, the one that just wrote the book of Khalid, right? I'm pretty sure that man wouldn't beat us. You feel me? Have him open the account. You know what I'm saying? Minister Farrakhan and them, they come up with the best businesses to fund, and we run from there. You know what I mean? Like, man, Joe, the possibility, all we got to do is just trust one another, have a little faith in one another. I know that, people don't like the F word, but that's what we got to have, man. Man, I got faith in black folks, man. I do. You know what I'm saying? Amidst all of the negative stuff that they say about black women, I still think y'all beautiful. All my brothers, man. Y'all my brothers. I might disagree with y'all. I might think some of y'all weak and need to, strengthen yourself and things of that nature. But hey, man, it's us. Man, it's us. All 43, 44 million of it. It's us. Us against the world, man. That's the way I look at it, G. I'ma shut up. I'ma shut up.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. And the thing that I do try to emphasize, don't just trust somebody just because they're black, but trust in look into their history, talk to them, actually, and take your, I think, desires off the table, because I think that's what blinds a lot of people, because they desire this person because they 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 have the swag, and they have that flash. They can talk out more. They can talk more eloquently than others. So we desire them. So we overlook some of their flaws just so we can have them in our group. I think that it's very important if we take the time to actually vet people. And, it does take a little faith. Sometimes, at the end of the day, you vet and vet as much as you can. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to take a risk with certain people. The goal is not to take no risk at all. The thing is to minimize it as much as you can. But at the end of the day, it's just like in any type of relationship. It's a risk to have that faith in someone and trust that they're going to live up to whatever that you want them to do. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And then if it don't work, you learn from it and go from there. You don't let that bitterness keep you from trusting your people. And then what tends to happen now, you're just looking at the negative of them, and then you want to take that and spew it on social media, spew it on YouTube. And I was thinking about this earlier, running through my mind. Where do we, a lot of us who are content creators, and even people who just stay in the chat, you're kind of leaving a legacy out here for people to see. If I don't care if you got 1 million subscribers or you have 10 subscribers, you're still leaving a legacy. Once it's up on YouTube, it's there forever. And even if YouTube kind of maybe get rid of it, people download it. You got people who, like the Grandmaster Troll, he downloads all that stuff. They got software to do it. And then that stuff can come right back up and they can be reposted. So I think people got to really be careful with what you say, especially towards black men and black women, because that's going to be your legacy. And people see that. So, just have to be careful, because now, like you said, now is the best time for us to actually do something. We have the tools, you have Google, you have YouTube, where anything you want to learn, you can learn it. How to run a business, how to apply for a business. You have the tools to do it, but it's what do you desire to do? And if your desire is not on being positive and trying to build something, being a positive influence on other people and yourself, then all that's for naught. And I think that black people are going to have to start focusing on that, being more of a positive, trying to build up a positive life for themselves and other people, if you choose to do so.
Well, one of the things I think what we have to start doing is we got to have projects for these kids to complete. Okay. One of the things that change a mentality is work. A new repetition, new information going into muscle memory can help change a mentality. So we go and get a group of boys off the corner who got their pants hanging down and say, listen, Like Rob said, I got something for you, right? And you bring them to a project that you started. Maybe you started refurbishing a house in the community because a black family was displaced by being burnt out of their home. Okay, and right now they're living in a hotel. And so this house right here, the city gave it to us. So now we're pitching in, we're putting resources into it, and we're fixing it so this black family can have somewhere to live, right? So you bring them into a project that you already established and put them to work and teach them how to do things on the job. Get some new information going into that mind, some new habits, a change of habits. A lot of them have never um, worked tools before, used a power drill or used a power saw or, framed out a wall. Teach them these things, get new information going into their minds rather than the same stuff that's in the street. I think one of the reasons why they stay in the street because there's no new information. It's the same information that gets circulated around in the street and get repackaged, but stay in the street. But if we come with some new information that invokes new behavior with new repetition, that brings new information into muscle memory, I believe we can change their mentality. We can probably take a young boy off the street with his pants hanging down and turn him into a young carpenter or a young electrician just by on the job training, giving him something else to think about, something else to do other than to stand on the corner or walk around with his pants hanging down, howling and screaming at his boys, getting into fights and getting into trouble and talking about drugs all the time. You know what I'm saying? Let's start changing that narrative. Let's start changing that conversation to, no, man, I'm working on Mr. Johnson's project down the street, man. I'm doing some electrical work with Mr. Johnson. He's teaching me how to wire a room. He's teaching me how to hook up receptacles. Change the conversation. You can only change the conversation if you got new information going into the brain. And I think that comes with them actually physically doing the work and learning the work in real time.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. It
Yeah.
also give them skills and it'll take them off the street. Give them something to do.
Well,
And
I don't think we have to. You see, I think we have to start worrying about the street, right, and worry more about building the mentality. See, if you put the right things into a child, you won't have to worry about the street.
okay,
Once they start to adopt a different mentality, then the behavior is going to follow that mentality. Right now, it's the same mentality, the same stuff every single day. They just walk up and down the street. I just saw some kids now riding around in a circle on a bicycle because he has nothing to do. Just riding around in a circle, listening to music, just riding around in a circle, listening to that Takashi 6ix9ine, listening to that BS, riding around in a circle 12 to 15 times, just riding around in a circle. Nothing to do. Now, if we take a young brother like that, put him on a project, we may have a young carpenter on our head, or a young electrician, or a young brick mason. We got to give these kids stuff to do. We need projects for them to start and finish. Teach them how to use tools. Like I said, a lot of them never had a power drill in their hand. They don't know how to use a power drill or a power saw or a circular saw. They don't know how to use these tools. They don't know how to use levels or rulers or tape measures. They don't know what it's like to cut out sheetrock that's measurement specific. Teach them.
Man, look here. around my career, bro. Hey, I
Mm-hmm.
ain't paid nobody to do nothing. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The only thing I got done at my crib, the where I where insurance paid for it. I wasn't out my pocket, but my siding. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, brother, everything. I'm about to build me a deck. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take some
Mm-hmm.
before photos, some after photos, so y'all can see, Joe. I ain't playing around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I do not pay nobody for nothing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because I mean, it's simply you can go to YouTube University. That's one thing. The second thing is the amount of money that you gonna save. The third thing is, look, y'all, they got enough money already. What are you
Mm-hmm.
paying them for? And you can cut it yourself. If you ain't never used a circle of saw before, go
Mm-hmm.
buy you one. You can go buy every saw known to man and all the materials, and you still gonna save money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the number one thing, y'all. Look around. Look around your crib and see if it's something that you can do. Can you put in some flooring?
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add value where you at right now. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know
Oh,
another
go ahead.
another thing that these kids are very symbolic, right? Everything that they do is a symbol of something. They walk around, their pants hanging down, that symbolizes something, right? They put earrings in their ear that symbolizes something, right? Well, this is what you can do. You can use that to your advantage, right? If you bring them into a project that you're working on, have them go home wearing a tool belt and a hard hat. That also symbolizes something. It makes them a part of something. It makes them a part of contracting work. It makes them a part of a project. So when they're walking down the street with that tool belt around their waist, they got their hard hat on and some boots. They feel like they're a part of something, and they also symbolizing what they're doing. See, I would love to have a bunch of young brothers walking around in the hood with hard hats and a two belts on, going back and forth on work projects. Are you kidding me? That's the dream right there. Because now we got our young youth building. All the stuff you talking about, what are the black men building, and we ain't building nothing. Hell, we got our youth building now. They're working on different projects throughout the community.
Yeah.
They got their two belts, their hard hats. They going to work. They building. I'd rather see that. You make them feel like they're a part of something. They really like they're drawn to symbols. So okay, give them a hard hat, give them a tool belt. You're a working man now. And you're not just any working man. You're a skillful working man. You build things. A lot of them ain't never been told that they're good at anything. A lot of them have never been told that they're worth anything and that they can make a difference. A lot of them have never been told any of these things. You talk to these kids, man, they don't have no stories to tell you where anybody encouraged them, anybody told them that they can do something, anybody pushed them, nothing. They just existed and out here riding around in circles on a bicycle.
Max, I'm glad you said that. Peace to the chat. How
Hey,
y'all
what's
doing?
up, Lucy? What's going
Hey,
on?
Lucy.
Lucy, how you doing? I ain't talked to you in a long time.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? I'm glad you said that, Max, because the way I raise my sons, they understand. They have an understanding that I cannot. I am not equipped to raise them to be a man. I
hmm
don't have all of the tools that it takes to raise them to be a protector, a provider, a producer, to be a
hmm
man, to be a leader in the community. But what they do understand, well, you're making all that noise, man. Okay, so what they do understand, and they have expressed to me, they're 15 years old now. They'll be 16 in August. They said, "Mom, we understand that you don't have the tools or everything that we might need, you know, when we go and start having issues as we start developing into men. But one thing that they love about me is, one, I keep everything real and 100. I tell them if I don't have an answer to that question. I'll tell them if I am not equipped to answer that question. And but the biggest thing that they said is that I encourage them. I encourage them, and whatever they want to do, as long as it's positive, I stand behind them. And I tell them, you can be whatever you want to be. You can do what you want to do in this life. I stand behind them and I encourage them. So if nothing else, as a mother, I may not be able to raise them to be able to be men, be able to hold their own nuts, because I don't have nuts. I don't know how to tell them to poke their chest out and, use their testosterone and be able to control their hormones and their emotions and what happens when you get an erection and all these things. I don't have those answers for them. How to handle a woman, or when you're on a job and another man is testing you. I don't have those answers, but what I can do is I can encourage them, and they know that they're loved and they're not coddled. I'm a military mom. I don't coddle my boys. They know they fuck up, there are consequences, physical consequences, and I don't lay hands on my children. I don't have to. I don't have to. I make them sweat, just like I had to when I served. So that's what I can give as a mom, the structure that I can give to them, you know. Um, and I think single moms should be more in a balance of that, and just keep it real instead of hating them because they may look like their father or they're part of their father, whatever goes on in their minds, whether they chose wrong or not. You know, that's all I wanted to add on that part.
I certainly appreciate that perspective, especially the part about not coddling them. Um, I would get an analogy. Young men, they sort of like trees, right? You certainly don't want crooked trees, and I mean, if you gonna straighten a tree out, hey, you got to straighten them out when they're young. And the consequences for a young man, they have to be structured. You know, hey, if you do this, you get this. And you can't, when once you say that, you got to stick to that. Why? Because he had to understand that all men, you have to value your word. Your integrity, it has to be intact at all times. That's what Max was talking about earlier when he said honorable men, right? So if you want to be honorable, if you want to be a person that's respected as a man, your word got to mean something, you know. And so,
Right.
if nothing else, that is the most powerful example that you can give a young man. Hey, I love you, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
if you do this, I'ma do
You're gonna get
that,
fucked up.
and
You
that's
gonna
what
get
it
fucked up.
is. Right? It's not
Mm-hmm.
because I don't love you. It's because this is the real world. And for men, especially young black men, sometimes the consequences, unfortunately, is they're very dire. We have to be
Yeah.
real. We have to be real about that. We live in a society where being a black man, uh, it's dire. And so we should have a code of engagement in how we deal with these guys in blue. We can't be
Yeah.
reckless because they reckless.
Right.
That's
Right.
gonna cause a war that we can't win. I mean, of
Right.
course, you know what I'm talking about, Lucy. You don't get
Oh
into
yeah.
an engagement that you haven't planned and know you gonna win before you
Right.
start. You know.
Exit strategy. I talk to all three of my children. I have a daughter too, and I talk to all three of them. I've been talking to all three of them since they were 5 years old about exit strategies. When
Mm-hmm.
you get into a certain situation, whether your own mouth got you in that situation, your actions got you there, or things that were beyond your control. And I explain all these things to them. And I understand that, I was a child once, and you can't just say things one time. You have to not only just tell them things, but you have to give them examples. I look back at my childhood and I put myself in my mom's position, and then I look at what I would have done better to make me a better person if I was my own mom, if that makes sense. And I look at certain scenarios and situations that maybe if my mom did this, not that she did anything wrong, but maybe if she explained the situation, if she told me, elaborated more on the consequences instead of just saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. Well, say why. What can potentially happen if you make this choice? And I also gave particularly my sons physical consequences. I had a situation one time. I'll give you an example, and I got 3 men on the panel right now. Y'all tell me if I was wrong. Now, let me say this disclaimer. I already know I was wrong with how I handled the situation because I'm their mom, but their dad was not there. So I needed to show them immediate consequences for their actions. So one of my sons decided he wanted to steal his teacher's cell phone. And by the grace of the universe, because one of the teacher that was the victim, quote unquote victim, well, with victim, he stole her cell phone. She wanted to call the police and have him arrested. Now this time he was in the 6th grade, so he was about 12 years old. She wanted to have him arrested, and it was not a white person, it was not a Karen, it was one of us. But it was another black teacher that stopped her from doing that. So they called me up to the school, had to deal with that and all that. But when we got back to the house, I jacked him up like he stole my cell phone. Grabbed him all up by his collar, lifted him up off his feet. I told him, like, yeah, like you stole my cell phone. Like, what's up, nigga? I done caught you. Like, what's up? Because I'm like, everybody's not going to deal with it this way with the police. The police, you're going to jail. You see, you almost went to jail, right? And had to save your ass. But what if it wasn't that situation? What if you stole one of your friends, or you was around one of your friends, you stole their friend's cell phone, or somebody else's cell phone, you got caught up in that street situation. So I jacked his ass up in the house in a street situation. And I went into my military mode. And he was shook.
Well, yeah, nah, I would disagree with you a little bit. Nah,
I
you
know
didn't
y'all.
handle that. You didn't handle that wrong at all. That was actually right. See, all men, they should know this. You can't come back from being a liar, and you can't come back from being a thief. You can't
Thank
come
you.
back from that. Once you known as a thief, if something come up
Thank
missing,
you.
nigga, you stole it.
Thank you. And then let me
You
let me add this on before you finish your comment, because I know where you're going with that. For like months, for maybe like 3-4 months, I had the other 2 children treat him like a thief. So like when he came around, we'll hurry up and grab our stuff, grab our purse. We'll put things away, don't have nothing laid out. We're like, oh, we made him feel different because we treated him like a thief. That was his punishment. I didn't beat him. I didn't take his PlayStation away. I didn't take it. What I did was, see, his brother has games that he likes. And so he made sure that, oh, well, make nigga, you a thief. Let me grab the controllers, let me grab the games, because nigga, I don't know if you're gonna run off with that shit or not. So I created an environment that, me being in the Marine Corps, I know how to create environments to teach them a lesson, because what's going on in the house is nothing compared to what's gonna happen to you in the street. You ain't gonna die in the house for what you did, but I can make it very uncomfortable for you, very uncomfortable for you, so you can learn your goddamn lesson. And that's what they did to us in boot camp in the Marine Corps. So I used them tactics to discipline my children.
Yeah, it's ironic. While you was talking, I thought about a scenario. Before I got into education, I was a mortgage broker, and I was leaving a deal where I had made some significant money. I was really happy. I had a really big check in my pocket. But when I got on the elevator, every little small hat, And every blonde in that elevator, they grabbed their purse as soon as I got on. And I just said, It was like if y'all only knew what I had in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I said it out loud. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I don't give a good goddamn how white people. I don't care if they uncomfortable with my presence. I have got used to it because I used to work downtown Chicago. You know what I mean? So that's another scenario that we have to get our young men used to. You have to get comfortable in your skin because people already believe that you are this thief, you know? And so you can't go so far as to prove them right and be a goddamn thief for real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said
Right.
earlier, in order to be a man, your integrity must stay intact at all times. And so being known as a thief, oh no, integrity, oh, that's not something that's associated with thieves. You know, liars
Right.
as well. It's not something that's
Right.
associated with them, you know? And
Right.
so
Right.
peace, yeah, peace to my good brother Info. Hey, listen, that's what his
Hey,
show is.
information man. Peace to the
Yeah, that's what
information
his
man in
show
the
is
house.
all about. That's what his show all about, the truth.
Yeah, I love, man. Look, let me tell you something. If Information Man Show had a boot camp, if he had a boot camp for boys age like 8 to 17 or maybe 19, man, I would invest in that, bro. I would invest in that. The ones that, a place that, quote unquote, single mothers can send their sons, because, if I don't know how much you know about Malcolm X, but Malcolm X was out of control. After his father passed away, his mom couldn't control him. You know what I'm saying? And so when I hear these men talking about single mother, well, Malcolm X's mom was technically a single mother because his father passed and he was still a young guy. And he could run faster than her. He was stronger than her. Like, I knew it was going to get to a point where my sons were going to be bigger than me, taller than me, stronger than me, because they're growing to be men. But I didn't want to instill so much fear in them or lay so much of a hand on them to where it would affect them as far as choosing a women, the ideology, or maybe how they would feel about, women. So I had to tread a very, very thin line with them. So I had to do a lot of more talking than the physical thing, because spanking my daughter butt, that's nothing. I'm her mom, it's different. But with my boys, I didn't want them, I don't want to be beating on them. That's not what I'm supposed to do. If their father was there, he will be doing the physical correction. He will be doing the face-to-face man. He will be the one, if he need to punch him in the chest, or if he need to yoke him up, or, you know what I'm saying? And I felt so bad. Like, after I had to do that to my son, like, I felt so bad. I went in my room, I cried, but I made sure I didn't let him hear me cry, because I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I had to give him some type of consequence. Like, if you go out in the world and do this, like, I even put it to him, like, look, you put me in a situation, my nigga. I'm talking to him just like that. Like, we in the street. You put me in a situation, my nigga. I'm your mother. So then if they lock your dumb ass up because you want to steal a cell phone, you want to steal somebody, what you was gonna do with that cell phone? Was you gonna get service on it? Did you think the phone was gonna continue working after you stole it? uh you don't even know, do you even know how this whole thing goes with cell phones and what it means to have a cell phone and how to net? You don't even know none of that shit, and you still in a fucking cell phone. What the fuck you was gonna do with it? Like, I actually
Hey,
asked him
I can
questions.
kind of I can kind
Yeah,
of feel I can kind of feel the energy of the conversation.
bro,
Hey,
I'm
look,
telling you, I was in his
Shorty and
face.
Shorty
Like, I'm talking about,
probably,
I'm in his face like a
yeah,
drill
I can,
instructor. I'm in this nigga face like, yeah,
hey,
nigga, yeah,
hey,
I'm your
I can
mama. See, I
remember.
said, and I told him, I said, look, I ain't even supposed to be like this with you. I ain't even supposed to be like this with you. This with you, this, and I never threw shade on his father. I said, look, I'm not gonna let you grow up to be a fuck boy. no, over my dead body would I let you grow up and be a fuck boy. Nigga, if you wanted a phone, all you had to do was ask me if you wanted a phone. What the fuck you stealing phones for? And then I gotta bail you out of jail. Do you think it's fair that I will have to take money from the household to bail your punk ass out of jail because you want to steal a goddamn cell phone? How dumb are you? Do you think it's fair to your siblings? Like, you're not even thinking about the family unit, my nigga. You're not even thinking about the family. You so goddamn selfish. You putting everybody else in fucking jeopardy. And you got a twin. You got a twin, my nigga. So what if you got your brother in trouble? Like, this how I talk to my sons. I give it to him
Hey,
real, man.
hey,
I give
hey,
it to him
Lucy,
real, man.
thank you so much.
I give it to him real,
You
man.
have no, listen, other
But
little
they tell me I'm
boys,
masculine, bro. They tell me I'm masculine.
no. Other little boys that are gonna be around your twins that are gonna benefit from the lessons that you gave them. You see? Cause they gonna be like, nah, G, nah, I ain't doing that, fam. You know what I mean? And then they gonna question themselves like, man, twin ain't gonna do it, man. What's giving him pause? This seemed like a lick right here. You see? And because you did it when he was young, that's the key. That's the key, y'all. You are not, I repeat, not going to correct some young man in his grown man body at 17. He ain't got the maturity yet, but you're not about to correct him at 17 and 18. You gotta
No.
do it. You gotta do it when he's young. That's why I use the analogy of the tree, right? And the other thing, all good fathers know this: the threat of violence is greater than the violence itself.
Thank
You
you.
know, I didn't really have to whoop my sons a whole lot,
Me neither.
but they knew that every time they got a whooping, and yes, I whoop my kids. You can call the police on them. You can go on me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But uh, they knew it was coming, and I believe in escalation. This is how you can make sure that a young man feel like he being respected, even though he getting his consequences. He gonna say to himself, "Damn, you know what? I do deserve it." Escalation. So first, I ask you, "Hey, do this." You know what I mean? I don't never say don't do that. I say do
Mhm.
this. You see?
This is what you do. Yes. That's what I
then,
reverse too. Yes. This
then,
is what you do
then the
instead of
second
telling them
thing.
what you don't do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The second
Mhm.
thing is, all right, you did this. You didn't did it now. Now here I'm asked first I ask you, now I'm telling you. All right, now you made a mistake. If you do this, I'm telling you, I'm going to kick your ass the next time, fam. That's what's gonna
Mhm.
happen. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Do you understand? And they'll be like,
Fact.
yes. I'll be okay. I'm not making you say yes. Now, if you have any questions at this time, you need to speak,
Thank
right?
you. Thank
Nobody say
you.
nothing. And then
Thank you.
the next time it come, I didn't even have to say nothing. They just went downstairs, and I'm like, man, you know
Do
what it
what it
is,
do.
right? Man,
Yep.
that's what it was. They went to their room, and we talked like it was, not normal, but they understood.
Oh,
Hey, bro,
man,
hey,
bro, you give me
ain't
hope,
no
bro.
fucking
You give me
around.
hope, bro. You give me hope. You give me hope, man. Okay, yes. Because I know if I exist on the female side, it got to be other sisters like me, right? And if it's still niggas built like you, oh, we might got a chance. We might got a chance. We might got a
Hey,
chance.
every
Two
every
niggas.
young every young man I done dealt with, you know what I'm saying? Because I coach, I work in the neighborhood. People know me, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't have no way to kind of hide who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could put my whole government name on this motherfucker. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
Because
look. That's what I be saying. Like, dox me. What you gonna find? Wholesome
right,
living. Like
I
with me
wish
with a drink in my hand. You might see some pictures from
hey,
goddamn
I look,
2008, and I'm,
do
got my
y'all
forehead down on the goddamn table because that then beer bottles around me. So what?
do
So
y'all
what?
remember do y'all remember when Suge was exposing people? Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I
Suge,
remember that.
Suge tried to expose me. This nigga went. I seen him. He said, "Brother Rob, I'm about to expose your ass." I said, "All right, well, here go my Facebook, here go my Instagram." And then here go a couple of phone numbers if you want to call some of my former
Mhm.
students and people I
Mhm.
know and people that know me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if the video took it down or not, but Suge tried to expose me, y'all.
Mhm.
you,
And look, and
you
that's how
got,
you live a righteous life.
yeah,
Niggas want to get caught up in the religion and stuff, but if you living a righteous life, don't mean walking a necessarily a tightrope and you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this. Look, man, like if you are a genuinely good person and you don't do fuckery, it's really nothing anybody can expose you with. Like,
yeah.
what are
I
you gonna
mean,
say? Oh, Lucy talking about she natural. Well, here go the picture of her with wigs on. Yeah, those pictures were from like
yeah, I
2007, my
mean,
nigga.
the the only thing that people, the
Like,
only thing that people can really point to is that, you know, when I was a teenager, uh, you know, I did gangbang and I got myself in a lot of trouble, and you know, a lot of stuff I got expunged off my record, but it was all assaults and it was with my hands. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is. You know, that's the only thing you gonna find on me. I'm 079. Me, info know me and him friends on Instagram. My shit is Festo 079. That's where I'm from. South side of Chicago. I'm 079 crazy. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Ted Dome. They
mhm.
call me Juke and June. There you go. You know everything now, family. Juke and
Yeah, I
June
had
the
somebody
079
slide in
dude.
my DM on Instagram and asked me. They was a YouTube person and found my Instagram. Well, you know, my Instagram is on my channel,
Mm.
but they was asking me, "Are you this person?" And I was like, "Yeah, why? Well, y'all ready to dox me? Like, you're not gonna find anything. Like, yeah, that's my name. I don't know who told you my name,
Uh,
but and then they end up doxing the person." Because I didn't know the person that told them their real name. I don't mind telling people my real name. Like, but I'm not just gonna broadcast
mm-hmm.
information that's not. Look, I'm a United States Marine, man. Look,
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I be seeing on Marines, like, you know, the Marines, like sometimes they'll be in their uniform and then right next to their uniform, they got like a sexy picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
you
I can
ain't
see
supposed to
you
do
like
that,
in a pencil skirt or something, Lucy. Like, you know,
and you're
showing
not
off
supposed to
your
do that.
assets or something, you know.
You're not supposed to do that. You will never see pictures of me on the internet. Of me in the military. If you do find a picture of me in the military, it would be on the internet is because it was someone from my platoon that posted the picture, and
Yeah,
someone did that before, and I asked them to take it down because I was like, bro, I didn't put my shit out there. You put your shit out there,
yeah.
but I don't have a problem with it. But it's just like I know, you know, everybody's watching. Like people thought I'm not going to that conspiracy shit, man. I'm not
Yeah,
going to that.
yeah.
You
And I
already know what
mean,
I'm about.
people
Like I
really
don't
think,
need all my pictures and everything out. That's why I don't post a lot of pictures of my. I don't post pictures of my children on my
mm,
social media. There's very few pictures of them, especially when there are no pictures of them when they were young.
oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Because I saw something with some persons of no color was having to sue some people because they posted pictures of their children and people can download your pictures from Facebook and they
Yeah,
putting on child pornography sites and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh hell no.
damn, man. Well, I'm
You know,
glad
I'm
I ain't
posting
got
innocent pictures
daughters,
of
and
me and
I'm
my children on the beach and you using my children's beach pictures and some
yeah.
child pornography. No, I ain't
Oh,
got time for that.
oh,
Uh,
I even heard
What
of
is
worse than that, where they took the image and had a child's sex doll made out of the image of the picture.
it?
damn,
What
See?
the hell?
See,
damn.
see.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
them sex dolls, you can give them specs or you can give them possible pictures. Usually they expect the movie star, but there are some unethical places out there, like Japan, and you can send them a picture of a child, they'll make the sex doll for a child. It's like, God dang. Remember I was
Yeah,
telling
so
you
Uh,
about
that's
the
why I
dark
don't
side
post
to the
no
sex
pictures.
dolls?
And that's the other thing that I raised my children with. I sheltered them from the internet and social media. And people are like, how you do that? How you do that? They always gonna get access. You don't buy them motherfucking devices. I ain't buying no goddamn devices. You want to get on the internet? You if it's some school shit, you got a certain amount of time, and I got the apps where I can monitor what the hell you doing, and I can see and I can block certain shit, and you use it for a certain amount of time to do your schoolwork. The rest of the time, you don't have no phone, you don't have no tablet. I didn't buy all that shit for my children. Now my son had figured out a way how to do the shit through the goddamn PlayStation, and I had to snatch that shit from his ass too. Goddamn slick motherfucker. I didn't even know that I feel so goddamn old. I didn't even know they could talk to each other through goddamn game systems and shit. Oh man, I feel like my parents, bro. How y'all feel? How you feel, man? Like they doing some old other shit. I know people probably like, yeah, duh, Lucy. Yeah, but I ain't know they could do. Man, he's someone. He got a girlfriend. I'm like, where you married? Someone in the chat room on the goddamn PlayStation 4. Nigga, what? What?
You sure that was a girl?
That's what I'm asking
Yeah.
him. I'm like, you sure that's a nigga? I mean, as a female, I'm like, you sure? You sure they ain't no nigga?
Yeah, because
So
there's a lot
now,
of dudes who
so
play
you
as
know what I
girls.
did? So you know what I did? I started screenshotting pictures of those people and sending him and asking him, sending him. He was like, oh, they pretty and stuff. Like, real, all these is dudes. All these is dudes. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, nigga. These is dudes. This bitch got them fucking pink and blonde, fucking swoop across the eye. I'm like, man, I done seen the makeup videos, how they contour their face. I'm talking even women contouring their nose. How do you go from an African nose to a European nose with makeup? The lines of illusion, the tricks of illusion. And I'm trying to tell them, like, bro, that might be some 30-something-year-old grown-ass man then sent you some filtered pictures with him with some makeup on, and he done sent you some filtered pictures. He get mad at me. I'm like, okay, all right, see, then that's why I gotta disconnect shit. But what that's some different shit, man. Like how I deal with that. My son in love with an internet chick. He think it's a chick. I don't think it's a chick. Me and my mama trying to tell him, like, bruh, how do you know this is a chick? This is the type of shit that we gotta deal. How do we deal with and it's one thing to deal with motherfuckers at school, right? You know how to teach me how to deal with a bully, somebody fucking with you. I do that shit, but some internet shit.
Yeah, that's why I say I feel sorry for the parents of today. They got to deal because the shit that they got to deal with now. I remember my ex got kind of catfished by. It was supposed to be. She thought it was supposed to be this young guy, and it turned out the guy ended up being like in his 50s. And luckily that her parents found out, and they had him investigated, and that's when they found out that the guy wasn't like in his, like he was still, he said he was like in his 20s or something like that. It turned out the dude was in his 50s, like early 50s. And if they didn't find out, if they didn't really investigate it, yeah, she said she would have went and met him.
Yeah.
So
I busted a thing in my daughter's high school. They was using Google Hangouts when Google Hangouts was a thing. And the P letters, they create these chat groups and they perpetrate like they're other high school boys. And they lure these girls to meet them when they get off the school bus or to skip school and stuff like that. And they using young boys' pictures, and then they snatching their ass. Like, man, that shit go down all the time. So that was an issue for me with my daughter in high school. So even though I blocked everything in the house, she still had access to school. Not that she was able to get on the computer, but the girls that she was going to school with. And they're like, oh, you should get in the group. Oh, wait, I sent him your picture. And they're sharing lip gloss. And they put the lip gloss on her. I seen the picture. They put the filter and the lip gloss on her, so it looked like she got eyelashes and all that. And it was a cute picture, but they And so, yeah, oh, he wants to meet you. Don't tell your mom because you know she's gonna be mad. Like, like all this shit. All this goes on. That man, I pulled when I found out this stuff was going on, I pulled my children out of school immediately. And I had to sacrifice their high school diploma. I said, you know what? At the end of the day, y'all might end up with a GED because I'd rather y'all have a GED and still have your life and have a chance at life some fuck shit trying to get a high school diploma going to school with this shit. So I pulled my children out 2 years before this C-19 shit. So they already was prepared for this online school. Like y'all ain't going to school no more because y'all got motherfuckers convincing y'all to do all types of retarded ass shit. Now I was pissed off at my mama for keeping me sheltered. I was always in a damn house and I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't explore. I couldn't spend a night over on my friend's house and all this stuff. Oh shit, mama. Thank you. Thank you, mama. Thank you. Thank you for making me the weirdo, but I had to learn how to socialize later. I'd rather learn how to socialize later in life, going on my own, than being caught up as a child and having to go through some traumatizing shit. Man, I pull my children out of that situation, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's positives and negatives to both, but especially in this environment, I think the latter would be better because it's too much shit going on, and
Man, I had to make a choice, man. I had to make a choice, man.
Well, in some ways, I think because of the way you are and the way you teach them and discipline them and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, that was more positive for you, because a lot of these parents that do, they kind of shelter them from the realities of the world. You don't do that. You kind of make sure they know the reality of the world and consequences and the way things are. So they're not going to be overly sheltered where they have no real connection to what's really is going on.
Hey, look, I let my sons listen to Obsidian. I let them listen to all these manosphere niggas. I let my daughter listen to it. Like when I'm in the chats and even when I'm on the B1 side, when I'm over here, they hear me on the panels. You know what I'm saying? They hear what's going on. They hear what's going on. And anytime a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, 15-year-old boy is listening to these old niggas talk this crazy shit, they shaking their head. They just like, Mom, who is that? That's what they asked me when they heard Obsidian yelling. You know how he do his talking that crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got KS, we got Kitten Heels. They're like, what? They're like, what is he talking about? Like, what is he talking about? Now these niggas might be like, oh, you raising to be a simp. No, I didn't.
Hey, check it out,
No, I
right?
didn't.
Hey, it's ironic that you say that. I'm sitting here, my son, he walked up on me while I was on the panel. Yeah, say what's up, Trey. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Peace, man. Peace. Yeah.
That's
He
the
walked
oldest
up.
one.
Yeah, that's my oldest son. He got
Okay,
a better
How old
beard
is
than
he? How old
he
is he?
20, he 25.
okay, all
Oh
right. That
24,
sounds
24
wow.
about
about
right.
to be 25. 24 about to be 25.
Wow, wow. I remember 24.
You really not. Those are the ones that have the common sense. Those are the
Yeah.
I
ones
was
that
doing
don't
good at
don't
24. My
angry and
24 was
Hey,
good though, man. I had
hey,
money in my pocket. I had a car, I had an apartment. I was doing my damn thing. And that's probably
you
why
know.
these niggas is mad because we black women always been doing that thing.
It's
because
so
their
it's so
mothers.
it's so funny. Um, my sons, they know, right, that people like Obsidian. Not even Obsidian himself, but people like him. Like
Mhm,
they would be in trouble where we from. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk the way that these guys talk on YouTube and exist. Like it don't those two things don't go together. You know what I'm saying? And the rhetoric, it don't match reality. And so it might sound good to a lot of people, but a 50-year-old man dating a 20-year-old woman, where I'm from, fam, you gonna get your ears stumped together. This is just what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You better not come
Mm-hmm.
looking for one on my block. As soon as you pull up, it's gonna be something. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even a question. Man,
Bruh.
somebody brother, somebody uncle, somebody like I
Mm-hmm.
might know him. And he expect for me to step in where he would, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I would expect for him to do that for me. You see what I mean?
Bruh. Man, I get you. Let me tell you what my sons told me in 2019 before all this, sea baby shit. And we were in the States and I was on a contract working and we were out of our uh hometown, you know what I'm saying? Because I do contract work, so I travel all over the United States. And so, I take them everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, I take them with me. So, they hear me on the live streams because, like, I got the Bluetooth going. I be laughing. When I'm at work, a lot of these live streams be keep me going at work. You know what I'm saying? I be laughing or whatever. I talk my shit in the chat or whatever. But when I'm at home, like, being that I work night shift, sometimes, these live streams be lasting to the early morning. So, or some will be maybe at 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And so they would hear the things that adults are saying. They're hearing Cynthia G, they're hearing Nyla, they're hearing Taz, they're hearing all these other crazy ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? They're hearing everybody's, perspective, logical perspectives, B1 perspectives. They're hearing all these things. You know what my sons told me? They was like, Mom, why do you keep listening to this stuff? Why? And even my eldest twin, he was like, I really want to say the word that you would say, Mom, that start with S, but I'm gonna say stuff. He even said that to me, that I want to say shit, but I can't say shit, so I'm gonna say stuff. He said, why you keep listening? Why do you engage in this stuff? He was like, Mom, you got so much other stuff to do. And they even told me they noticed, like, I be riled up, I don't sleep as much. You know what I'm saying? They was telling me changes in me when I start getting really involved in YouTube and getting on these panels and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. It's like, Mom, why did you listen to that stuff? Because they're not. He says, like, some people is talking correct, but it's not enough. This is what my children are telling me. Telling me. That's why I fell back off of YouTube. That's why ain't nobody see me in chats for a long time. That's why I don't post a whole lot of stuff on my channel. They were like, Mom, like, you got other stuff to do. You doing so much, and you giving your last bit of time to this stuff. And they don't even find it it's entertainment. I said, well, sometimes this stuff is funny. I like to hear stupid people talk crazy stuff. They was like, it's other stuff to look at. And they start sending me cartoon videos, start sending me stuff that they look at to unwind and relax. And it's actually funny and enjoyable. Like, wow. And now my son has a YouTube channel and he got more subscribers than me. He got 1.2 thousand subscribers. I'm like, go, okay. I didn't tell you had permission to start a goddamn YouTube channel, but you goddamn it, you got a YouTube channel. You're doing better than me. So shit, he got a gaming channel. And he playing Grand Theft Auto 5, old ass game on a goddamn PlayStation 3. And he killing it. One of his videos got 24,000 subscribers. I mean,
Wow.
views.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
God
that's
bless
what
you.
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Hey,
yeah,
well,
video
you know,
games.
man,
Wow.
I'm about to get up
Games
out
will
of here,
really get you,
man.
baby.
I appreciate you letting me on, Darren.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Rob.
Appreciate the knowledge.
Peace, bro.
Yeah, a video game now. Yeah, I mean you can,
But it's an
especially
old ass video game though. I didn't even think he would do well doing an old ass video game, but he doing numbers.
yeah, the like retro games now is coming back. Like if you got they have channels that deal like that based off old games that people have like kind of created their own version of it, and it does a lot of numbers. There's a lot of gaming channels.
Man, 24,000 views. I was like, what? Now I know for a fact he's not buying views because he ain't got no debit card. He ain't got access to no money. So these are real fucking views. I'm like, how the fuck did you get 24,000 views on how to get pink jogger pants on Grand Theft Auto 5 on a PS3 on an old game system? You know what I told him? I said, send me Amazon links of the stuff that you need to grow your channel. See, that's what I'm. See, my mama will be like, you're wasting your time. Hey, all you do is play the video game. Hey, let me tell you something. My son got YouTube checks that he can't even get right now because he's a minor. He doesn't have a bank account. He doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have any of that. So now he's like, Mom, I'm making money on my channel and I need you to help me get the money. I can't get the money. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Your ass not supposed to have no goddamn channel. You got an Instagram too and a Snapchat too. What didn't I tell your ass not to get on the goddamn? He was like, Mom, I'm making money. I'm like, okay. Okay, look, we need to set new boundaries now. Okay? Because I don't want you to be putting your face out there. He don't. He follow the rules. He found a loophole in what I said about the internet, and he making money. So how can I be mad? Am I gonna stop him? And am I gonna take his money? No, this is money. Now I gotta make sure I can secure his money so he'll be straight, and it's his money. I don't need his money. See, I love this. I don't need his money. He making all his, and he knows that I would never take his money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Max been saying that almost a year ago. Hey, you're gonna be playing video games, make some money. He been talking about tournaments, but he told a few people we know, if you're gonna do a YouTube channel on the video game, it looked like your son's the only one that listened and did it.
I told my sons if they want to play video games, I said if y'all want to keep playing video games and y'all not doing the shit. I remember this conversation because I was pissed off because they didn't do their housework and I got tired of them not doing their chores and shit and they keep falling for the PlayStation and the goddamn video games or whatever. And I'm like, look, if you're not going to do what I asked you to do, at least what you're going to do, make money with it as long as it's legal. It needs to be legal. So if you gonna sit up on the goddamn PlayStation all day, you need to be making some goddamn money because you're not doing what the hell I need you to do in the goddamn house. And well, he's making some money. But I still require him to do what the hell he need to do in the damn house. So he's like, but you said I don't give a damn what the hell I said. Now I'm using rank. I don't even know. You're gonna do that, you're gonna make money on your own, and you're gonna do what the hell need. As long as you living in my house, you're gonna do what the hell need to be done in the damn house. The fuck? You thought it was a joke? You're still gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. So he thought making money on the video game was gonna get him out of housework.
He thought that, but see now he's on his way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's gonna start off better. He started earning money.
He's teaching himself
business.
Spanish, and so now he's tapping into the Spanish market because he's starting to title his videos in Spanish and English. I don't know why he's doing that, but he's doing it and he's getting views.
Well, he's getting the money, he's going where the money is.
Thank you.
That's smart.
And I support him.
Yeah, pretty soon he's gonna be learning Japanese.
Yeah, that's very smart. That's very smart.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me an
Yeah.
Amazon list of what he need. He was like, Mom, I don't even need the PS5. He said, let me get the PS4 with this and this and this and this and this. I said, okay. You don't need a gaming laptop? He was like, no, I know how to do it through the gaming system. I said, okay. Don't talk too much. Don't talk too much. I said, okay, I got you. I think it was about maybe $500 he need for the equipment he need to do what he need to do. And he didn't even ask for a headset. He using a regular ass headset. I bought the cheapest Logitech, and he using that. But I'm talking about his thumbnails. Man, let me hold on. Let me drop his channel link in the chat, man, because I'm ready. I need him to make my thumbnails. I'm like, look, I need you, I need you to do me an intro, and like, what are you doing? Because I know what equipment he have, and I don't spend a lot of money on technology. So I'm like, how the hell are you doing this on your channel? And I know I don't invest that much in tech. The highest technology that we have in the house is with me in Ghana. I know what type of laptop you have. You got a $300 laptop. You know what I'm saying? You got a used PS3, and the controllers is fucked up. So what are you doing?
Well, there's money in, people wanting to know certain things about the game. Certain secrets, Easter eggs, and things like that. If you can show them how to obtain a hidden weapon or a hidden outfit or something like that, yeah,
That's
you're
what
gonna
he
get a
does.
lot of views. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot
That's
of
what he does.
views.
The pink joggers, the blue joggers, like, and that's exactly what he does. He unlocks and breaks certain codes. Okay, I'm about to drop his channel link in the chat. That's my son channel link right there. That's exactly what he does. Show you how to get suitcases of money, different types of clothes, different types of armor, different types of
Hmm.
weapons. Like, yeah, he unlocking and breaking all the codes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's gonna get you a lot of views.
Wait a minute. That look familiar. I think I wandered into him by accident. I'm looking on my
Yeah,
phone.
that's my son. That's my son, man.
Hey, when you get a chance, put his link in the back chat.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
I'll go check him
amazed.
out.
I'm amazed. So I want to invest in his. I done came all the way to Africa to start a business, and my son right in the U.S. and then start a business with minimum, defied my rules and started with minimal equipment, and he's doing far better than me.
Well,
That's what I
black
want. That's
people,
what I inbred in them. I said, I want y'all to do far better than me.
it's like I said,
Mm-hmm.
black people are too busy losing. A lot of them white boys on Twitch, man, they millionaires. They gamers. And the ones who ain't millionaires are six figures. You know? They're all
He's
paid
into
on there.
it. Yeah, he loves it. He's into it. He loves it. So yeah, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna invest in his business. Cause his business showed and it is going further than mine. So yeah. I'd be all right. Let me do my thing. He could become a millionaire before me. I would love it.
Yeah,
That'll be a
become a
story.
professional. Yeah, it's money in gaming. Become a professional gamer. It's big time money in gaming. And if you're good, man, companies pick you up to have you sponsor their product. That's big money
Mm-hmm.
right there. Them sponsor checks, yeah, I mean, but black folks don't do nothing though, man. So, black folks too busy losing, getting used to losing. All these other people getting all this money. These Asians, these white boys, you think they be on there playing for no reason? They getting money.
And that's what my son doing. And like I said, now, it's like, damn, okay, this is what I'm up against. I can't start him an account. I can't set up the accounts he need abroad. So it's like, with all the Black Power, Pan African movement, you know, we need to get out of America. Shit, I need to come back to America in order to set my son up so he can prosper. I gotta make that sacrifice. Because I can't set him up an account over here. I gotta come back to the US to situate him.
Man, I'm getting burnt out.
So you can't open it like online or something like that? Go from
Nah,
there?
man. Nah, especially now with all the fraud and stuff now, with all stuff. Nope. I can't do it. I can't.
No, they want
Yeah, I hear you.
They need signatures. I have to go inside the bank. And this
You
not even
figure,
something I can do through the drive-through.
you figure like a lot of stuff like that, right? We would know about, we would pursue, but niggas don't want to pursue nothing, man. Don't want to be nothing.
I'm sure white people is doing that, able to set up accounts, you know, in their home country and they're abroad. But I don't know how to do it. I don't have enough status to be able to do it. You know, I'm a Negro, so I would think they'll think it's fraud because it's coming from Ghana. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to use a VPN and all that stuff. So, you know, I don't want to go through. I come back instead of flying them to me. You know, look, if I see he going somewhere, it's worth investing in him.
Now you look at it this way, right? All the stuff we talk about building businesses, right?
Yeah.
And your son goes online and starts one and makes money. Real simple, like.
Mm-hmm.
It made it look easy, right?
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 15. He's 15.
You got Negroes on here who are grown ass men, can't do shit.
Yeah.
And he defied my rules. But he found a loophole that, you know, I can't argue with. How can I argue with that?
What was the loophole?
He well basically defied what I said, but he's making money and he's doing something positive. I said, as long as you're doing something positive, I will support you.
Right.
As long as you're not doing anything negative, I will support you. So that was the loophole of staying off the internet. You know, if you're on the internet, you can't show your face. You don't put no real pictures of yourself. I don't want you on the internet at all. I don't want you having no accounts at all. So I set them up accounts that was under age 13, so they can't see, you know, things that are not made for kids. So the only thing they can see is stuff made for kids. And even with that, I have the family app where I can see everything that they're looking at, and I can block. Even over here, I can block shit on their phone. But he's doing something positive. He's not doing anything negative. He's not doing, well, I wouldn't say it's positive, but he's not doing anything negative. He's not doing anything negative. That's the loophole. He's not doing anything necessarily positive because it's not empowering anybody to do anything like that, but he's not doing anything negative. And he's making money. So how can I say, oh, I told you not to do this? I mean, it's video gaming. He's not showing his face. He's following all the other rules. Not showing your face, not giving your identity. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm ready to pay for him a VPN so, you know, nobody can even track where he is. So he can put his location where is somewhere different every time he gets online. So I'm ready to invest in him because I now need to protect him because he's making money online, which I wasn't against, but I was against. But now he's a child, so I have to protect him. And he's making money. So now I have to renegotiate the terms.
Yeah, he's gonna end up blowing up.
Shoot.
24 Max, he got one video I think it's the pink joggers. He figured out how to unlock the pink joggers, and 24,000 views.
Probably got more than that by now.
Man,
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing some. I don't know if that's him exactly, but look like he's doing some little short videos.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to gaming, if you know how to break a code or find something, you're gonna get mad views.
Wait a minute. Okay, we got a guest in the chat, a very special guest, and Max, don't trip. It
Yeah.
says men must acknowledge women's oppression, accept their contribution towards these issues, and change their actions to help protect Black women. Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Now, I don't know if this is the real person or not, but I've seen this title before.
Man.
So men must acknowledge women's oppression. Okay, so I'm not sure, but based on your track record, if you are who you say you are, based on your track record, you're trying to come in soft, and then you end with fuckery. Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Let me tell you something. Uh, all Black lives don't matter. You have a bunch of goddamn idiots out here running a fucking muck. People that won't change, will never change, and they continue to cause a problem. Whether they wear a fucking hoodie, sagging ass jeans, and some Timberlands, or they wear a fucking three-piece goddamn suit with a fedora. Okay? So you got a bunch of niggas out here that don't fucking matter. So don't time them out, don't time them out. But
Yeah, leave them
you drop
alone.
the
Don't
link,
time them out.
drop the link, drop the link, and come up here. If you are who you, because I heard you was making a comeback. I heard you was making a comeback.
Yeah, come
Now
on up,
come on, come
Obsidian.
on, come on over here. Come on over here. Come on up
Come on
here.
up, Obsidian.
Come on up here.
We won't
Come on
bite.
up here. Yeah, come on up here because I want you to explain this because that means you've been in the clouds and you've been listening for some time.
Well, we have a lot of young black boys not valuing the lives of our black girls. They're taking the lives of these babies. Their mothers. They're killing their own mothers.
Mhm.
Hmm.
You got a lot of debauchery, but that has nothing to do with race because you got a lot of debauchery in other communities too. You have evil people, you have unstable people. You can't blame that on race. The thing is that the propaganda it highlights ours more than anybody else's. But if you look at the stats, you got madness, and now that I'm overseas, it's madness everywhere. It's madness globally. So, like talking about crime and pedophilia and the atrocities that go on, like that, this is global. So you want to highlight what's going on negatively in someone's community. You're gonna blame the whole community. How you gonna stop someone from doing something evil? When you find out about it, then you do something about it. But if you don't, I mean, what do these people want from everyone? Everyone needs to have. That's why I said number one is self accountability. If everyone has accountability for themselves, that will solve a lot of shit.
Hmm.
Instead of putting the blame on someone else, oh, the old black women need to do this, or black men need to do this. Have some self accountability. That's why I said, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but if people use logic and common sense, I don't think shit would be the way it is. Come on up here, Obsidian. Come on up here.
I don't think that's him.
No, I
Probably
don't think
not. Probably not. Or maybe it
because
is. It could
because
be.
the real obsidian doesn't turn down a challenge. He would just love to be up here to troll. Nothing more
No.
than he liked than to troll a panel.
Oh, and it spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's spelled incorrectly. So yeah, it's a troll. We know what it is. Or maybe they did that to make us say his name. So what?
He's the Candyman now. You say his name 3 times in front of a mirror, he's gonna pop up out of the woodwork.
Good that happens. We have the power of manifestation.
Uh
But any of y'all got it? I don't have any more to add. Oh, who was that coming up here? Who was that?
oh, that's bro speak.
What's up, bro?
Yeah,
Speak. I thought you was
yeah,
gone. I was ready to tap out. You
no,
was gone.
my internet went crazy for a second. I was like, what the hell? So, I don't know.
You sure you ain't in Africa? Are you in Africa?
No,
All you
I'm in,
gotta do is be in the west. There's been storms coming through from Texas all the way to the East Coast.
yeah, I think that's probably what it is, and I'm like in where a lot of woods is. So anytime the weather go bad, that's when my internet go bad. So
Guess what?
it's crazy.
Guess what, bro? Guess what? Guess what, bro? Bro, speak. That sound like
Yeah.
Africa. So that sound like Africa. So when niggas be talking shit about Africa, that sound like some African shit right there. When the wind blow to the left, when the wind blow to the right, when a storm come through, you having some interruptions.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, so shoot. So what did that supposedly Obsidian came up or no?
No, and
Um,
then I will. No, there ain't no real one. It's just a troll and a troll that don't even want to come up here. We don't know who that is. We didn't block them because
yeah, yeah,
Wow, it's goofy.
yeah.
I mean, it must be the season of trolls because Jesus Christ, it's just like especially over here, it's like
Well, you
it's
see,
just simple.
there's a new crop of ignorant trolls. They don't know. Um, um, they don't know any better. They just trolling, and they don't know who the players are because they would have known. Hey, uh, channels, what channels not to troll. So they're just trying to get a reaction. Then they get smacked around, or they get challenged to come up and say something, and then they go running home.
distracted.
The
Yeah,
few
it'll
that
be
comes up,
distracted.
those are the ones that's trying to gain a reputation. I took the Black Knight down, or I took Gangsta down, or I took Lucy down, or I took Cynthia G down. Why do you think Cynthia G gets so many trolls? They trying to be the one to say, I
I
know.
love being a mod in her chat. I love being a mod in her chat,
I wish I
man.
was a mod in a trap. I
Man,
pull out my
I'm
files
telling you,
and
man. And I'm a fair mod, yo. So, man, but smacking them down, like, man,
oh
they be
yeah,
talking crazy ass shit, man. I love modding for B1, yo.
oh
I
yeah, that
do.
is, yeah. Cynthia G is the ultimate smack a troll contest. You be wearing yourself out, smacking trolls left and right.
I love it. But I like reading what they say because I like talking shit back. But I I I talk in code because I don't want to, these are large channels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna
So I
start
want to
letting some
respect
people
that.
come over here because some of them come over here to promote their channels, but they don't promote my channel over on this shit.
Mm.
I let people come
Yeah.
over. You know, I'm pro-black. I like to help my people, but some of them come over here just to shit on me, man. They just come over here to exploit.
You think so?
Oh
I
yeah,
know
Because
so.
you see how many?
you got some faith, you got faithful people that be here all the time. But see,
Mm.
what I think it is over here is nobody really wants to smoke over here because you're gonna have to come with some explanation. Like you're not gonna be screamed on and clowned. You're actually gonna be allowed to talk and say what you gotta say.
No, it
You
ain't
agree?
even that. It's just that, Some people come over and they drop their channel links and all that. But
Ooh.
when I go over to their shit, there's no mention of this channel. There's no mention of this network. So it's not one hand washing the other. It's not black people looking out for black people. It's just black people being selfish, looking out for their damn selves.
Yeah, you do kind of have that.
Yeah. And I'm not even a big channel. I'm a small channel, but you're welcome to what I have. You understand what I'm saying? I don't mind helping my people. I mean, you're welcome to what I have. But they don't even. I'm peeping them out too.
I don't know. Um, um,
I think that comes back to. I mean, I think it's your. I guess they feel that your channel's not big enough. Maybe that could be. That could be it. You know, I just, like for the other places though. They when I go over there, they shout out my channel, and that's and I shout them up too. So, but I know some people, if your channel not big enough, I mean, they'll come over, they'll get on the panel and stuff like that, but they won't even. But if they do any kind of content over there, they don't mention your channel at all. They don't do it because it's not big enough. So,
Yeah, that ain't cool, bro.
no, it's not. So, I mean, it's not like all you have to do is just say, hey, shout out Max and the Ebony Star Network. They're doing great things over there. I mean, it only takes a few seconds, but people just they don't want to do it. I don't know why. It's not going to hurt you, or I don't know. Maybe they're afraid too. Could be that too, because they think that it might hurt some of their audience. It's because if you have beef with a certain person, then they feel like, okay, you siding with them or anything like that. I think they want to avoid it. So,
um, I noticed that. I noticed that. I noticed that. I ended up having somebody saying, F Lucy because I be in certain chats or whatever. But I look as like I'm an adult, yo. I'm an adult and this is the internet. Do you think I give a damn about what somebody say on the goddamn internet? Because all you're gonna see on the internet is what I post and what I say. So what you gonna catch me on?
Another thing I'm gonna stop doing too, right? I let people come up back chat and promote other people's channels, but they don't go and promote my channel nowhere else. I've been watching that too. That's going on in the back chat.
See,
They'll
I
come
don't
and
be
drop other people. They'll drop other people links in my back chat, and I let them do it out of respect for my black people. But they won't take my links and drop them nowhere else.
yeah, that's messed up. Now,
No,
again,
that's okay. I'm gonna put a cold-blooded stop to it, and I don't give a fuck if they leave or not. I'm gonna put a straight cold-blooded stop to it. They're gonna come in and wanting to drop, and they ain't gonna be able to drop nothing.
well, you said people was taking your ideas, your podcast ideas and stuff. So
Not even that. It's just that we black people, we should be working together, helping each other. They come in the
yeah.
back chat. They drop other people. I don't mind supporting my black people. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna drop links in my back chat, but you won't shout me out nowhere. You won't shout out my links nowhere. Nah, we can't have that.
Mm.
I've been noticing that with a few people. I ain't said nothing yet though. I've been watching them for a while now.
I don't know, bro. I don't. I'm saying about you.
No, I already know who they are.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have that talk in the back then.
Hmm.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. But oh, I was gonna
All
say
right,
before
y'all.
I got distracted.
All right, I'm gonna get off. So close up
Hmm.
when you're ready, Dan. I'll holler at
Okay.
y'all later. Peace, power, and unity, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh shit, what I lost. So your sons are doing what Max had been trying to tell these dudes a long time, but it seemed like the
Yeah, I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, I would. Also, I'm encouraging to play kind of like these retro games that some of these people are making online now, and that could also help too because they got a lot of games that they base it off the old games. Because the real old games are coming back.
Tekken, I got the old Tekkens. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I mean, I got the red Wii. Man, I got some old game systems, man. Cause look, I don't give a damn about no goddamn video game. So the video games that I have, the only one I bought was the red Wii. All the other PlayStations, people gave them to me. Like somebody just gave it to me. Like when they got the new one, they gave me the PS2. When the new one came out, then they gave me the PS3. I didn't spend no money on that shit. And he's making money off of old equipment I ain't spend no money on. I'm like, baby, have five. Nigga, have motherfucking five. That's what I taught you, baby. Make something out of nothing.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
proud of him.
they're trying to bring back those retro games systems that's no longer in play anymore. I mean,
Mm,
hitting a pawn shop, grabbing them old game systems, fixing on them, having them being fixed up.
mm-hmm,
Okay, hold on a second.
mm-hmm. Whatever you need, I got it. What you need? You need a gaming laptop? You need the new PlayStation? Do you need to do the Xbox? I be looking at his comments. People be asking him, "Do you have it for the Xbox?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" Now Xbox niggas asking him for the codes. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Now I need to
Oh,
buy him an Xbox.
hey
Now I
Lucy,
need to buy him an Xbox.
Lucy, you won't
Now I need
believe
to
this.
buy him an Xbox. I was against video games. Goddamn it, fuck them video games. Hell no, you need to read them books and go to school and learn about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and everybody else did the Black Power and educate yourself and fuck them video games. Now I'm like, shit, I'm on Amazon like a motherfucker looking for the new PlayStation, looking for the Xbox. What games you need? I'm like, what games you need? What the ones that's popular? I don't fucking know. You tell me. Matter of fact, create your own Amazon shopping list and just share it with me. And I got you. I got you.
I
I
bet.
got
Let
you. As
me.
long as it's less than $1,000. As long as it's less than $1,000, I got you. What you
All
need,
right.
baby? What you need, baby? You need a chair? Do you need a chair? You need a
You,
proper chair?
you
Huh?
better.
Do I need to buy you a chair, baby?
You
He
better
like,
hold
no,
your
mama, I
mama.
don't think I ain't got about a chair. I said, shit. I'm like, oh. He said he don't need a chair. Shit, I don't buy him a game. He said, yeah, I'm giving her a nice
Well,
chair.
He's not trying to milk you for all he can get. Oh, you got a good
No,
kid.
he not. He didn't even ask me for the PS5. He said, no, ma. No. He said, no. I need to, he sent me some link to some type of PS4 with the largest fucking memory or some shit on it with some
Hmm.
game in his game list or something. And he only asked me for 2 games. I don't even know what the hell it is, what he asked me for, but it was less than $300. I was like, you don't need a laptop? He was like, no. I said, you don't need a proper like headset and shit so you can talk to these motherfuckers. He was like, no. He said, I can use the little earbuds that you left here, the little Bluetooth you left here. I said, what? Well, y'all look at his channel. I don't know how he's doing. I don't know how he's doing this shit. I don't know. I don't know because I know what's it. I know what he has. I know my house. I
Probably
know where
something
he
he learned in
is.
school,
I
cause they
don't
be
know
doing.
how the fuck he's doing this shit.
Cause yeah, it probably something might have learned in school. Cause there's stuff Q Butter be teaching them. The 1 or 2 times I saw some of the stuff
Yes,
they be
he go to
working
Cuba
on.
to school. Yep, he go to Cuba to school. You know what? That might be what it is because of Cuba Desire Institute. That might be what it is. Look, I'm excited. I wish I could see my face. I'm so proud. I like got the biggest smile on my face. Like I'm so proud of him. Like whatever he did, I'm like, bro, what you need? Nigga, what you need? What you need? Nigga, what you need?
Mhm. Okay, now let me tell you. Let me tell you what just discovered from Max. Jessica X. Okay, no, Kevin Samuels sent sick Jessica X on Cynthia G.
Oh, oh
What?
no.
You said what? Wait, what? What'd you say?
Kevin Samuel sick Jessica X on Cynthia G.
I know that didn't go well.
Yeah, and it's
I'm just I'm just thinking of those two having a conversation, and I know I can see the conversation in my head right now.
yeah,
Oh boy,
Look,
yeah,
somebody
look, look.
somebody's
See,
gonna get a.
see, see, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And motherfuckers might not understand it, but some people may will. It don't matter what Jessica X say to Cynthia G. The
mhm,
fact that she has the British accent, whatever she says is sexy. And is gonna trump any logical thing that Cynthia G says because she's speaking in a British accent and she could say some retarded shit like she pays for things with her vagina, like some other black women have said on YouTube. I won't say any names, but yeah, because and then the way that British people insult people is on a whole different level. Like our shit on a different level too, but we don't understand their insults.
yeah,
And it's like they can insult you and you don't even know they insulted you.
Yeah,
And then it'll become a yelling match. You know what I'm saying? And the Brits will remain calm because British know how to cut you low with their vernacular and they don't have to yell. And we have a tendency to yell. We're very aggressive and angry and stuff. Not saying that CG would do that, but you know, I know I would go to hell off on a British bitch. Be like, bitch, you, you don't have a
so
right to say a goddamn thing. Shut your ass up. So
it's
that's
gonna
why I tread
be
softly on the
the
internet,
cool
man.
and calm Jessica X Brit against the cool and calm Cynthia G United States.
I'm waiting for one of my subscribers, Valor X. He's gonna get the recording of that. I'm waiting for that one. Like I cannot wait to see because they gonna take some of that and put it
I
on
don't think she's
YouTube.
gonna do it because I don't think it's worth her time. I mean, who the fuck is Jessica X? Who the fuck is she? Does
Well,
she
it's
have any
gonna,
credentials? Does she have any
No,
credentials? Like I'm not gonna
no.
argue with some chick just like that that Trinity chick. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'm not gonna waste my time arguing with her. You want to talk about things that are irrelevant. They're not gonna solve anything. You just want to yell and scream and insult. Like, okay, we can do this. Let me go have a couple of drinks and light this blunt, and then we can, have a monkey show online if you want for entertainment. But what is that gonna solve?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So,
Sensitive
I
on it.
don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna do all that.
No, she's just doing her show, Jessica, and I guess she's trying uh to show that sensitive talking points ain't what it is. I
Yeah, I
don't know.
remember when
Hmm.
Lucy. I remember when you and Verbal wanted some smoke with her on Ladies' Night. She didn't show up.
Oh, that I'm not surprised.
Me and verbal what? Me and verbal what? Me and verbal what?
Max was saying that you and Virgil were going. Yeah, I wanted to confront Jessica X on Ladies' Night. And Jessica X
Oh
didn't show up.
yeah, yeah.
We wanted to confront Jessica X and Obsidian, but Max wouldn't let it happen. So it
Nah,
never
I
happened
was just
because
I
I
was
would
just
destroy
against.
her from the beginning.
Nah, I didn't want Obsidian up there. I was cool with Jessica, but she didn't show up. She didn't want to show up.
Oh yeah, she showed up late. She showed up real late after something had happened. Something had happened,
And she couldn't handle it. And she couldn't handle it.
No,
and
She couldn't
because she need the thing with her is if she don't have someone like a Mr. Fantastic or all the other dudes that
manosphere support.
right, she she can't handle herself. So
Yeah,
I
she
remember,
with some
I
other.
don't I
She
don't know
on
if
there
y'all
with some
know.
other. She's on there with some other Brit right now, and they're talking about child support. They're saying that a woman can walk away from being obligated to a child, but a man can't. He got to still pay child support for that child no matter what. But a woman
that's
can
not
actually walk away.
that's not true. That's not
Mm-mm.
true.
Hmm.
That is not true. That is not fucking true.
That's
Mm-mm.
what she's talking about. She said the other one
First of
said,
all, see,
uh huh.
nobody wants to talk about how your child doesn't belong to you when you give birth to them in the United States until you go and file for custody for your child. It doesn't matter whether you're married or not. You still have to go and file for custody of your own children because if not, they're wards of the state.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're wards
So
of the
wait.
state.
So even
That's why
if
people
you're the
go through
mother,
custody battles. That's why people go through custody battles when they get divorced or they break up as boyfriend and girlfriend because nobody has custody of the children. If
wait,
you
wait,
give
okay,
birth to it, go ahead.
okay. So even if you're the actual birth mother, you still don't have custody of your child.
They can be right there and see you give birth. The child come out of the vagina and you there. You both of y'all names can be on the birth certificate. You still have to go to court and file for legal custody of your children. Because if not, they're wards to the state. It don't even matter if your name on the birth certificate or not. I'm telling you, y'all can Google this. Y'all can look that shit up. I'm telling you what the fuck I know. Look, I'm a single mom. Y'all think I should? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I know people that was married for years. They got a divorce. You know what I'm saying? And they had to. Yes, that's why people go through custody battles too, because there's you have to claim legal custody of your children in the United States of America. If you don't, they are wards of the state, and don't let you get government benefits, you damn sure need to claim custody of your children.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you file them on your taxes is not claiming custody.
Yep.
Wow, man. Now that I didn't know.
Y'all
I
can
just
look that up. I'm
man,
telling you, you can look that up.
Mm-hmm.
that's
Didn't know
yeah.
that.
I did, me
Yes,
neither.
Let
I just
explain what was going on.
that yeah. I just
yes.
automatically assumed that. I mean, if the mother gave birth to the child, it's automatically hers. But
No,
I guess you right.
man,
That's
go.
what I'm
I'm telling you, when you get some time, look it up. Look into the statutes. I'm telling you, it don't matter if you married or not. I'm telling the woman, they right there, the doctors is right there delivering the baby. It don't. Her name is automatically gonna be on the birth certificate. It doesn't matter. She still has to go to family court
Well, if that's the
and claim
if
custody
that's
But
the
of her.
that
case,
explain.
if that's the case, Auntie, then what does she mean by the mother can just walk away from the responsibility?
I, I'm going to
But
assume.
then maybe they know that law, and that's what they're trying to do and flip it back. Because if she doesn't claim physical custody, I guess she could. I guess she could get a lawyer and say, "Well, I never went and filed custody of this child. This child is legally awarded." If she wants to
Hmm.
go that route, well, how many people go on that route, and how many people even know they can do that?
I was thinking more or less like how like the mothers can. It's legal for them to drop the kid off at a fire station or a hospital or something like that, and
If they didn't want
no
the
question
child.
that yeah, if they don't want the child, I think they're going it like that. I don't, but I'm not going over to Jessica X to find out
Well,
because
I
I
mean,
have
why is they worrying about?
They saying because in that situation, a woman could
In
walk away.
Africa all the time.
She can do it, but the man still has to pay child support, whether she gave up custody or not. Something like that. That's what it sounds like he's saying.
yeah, I'm
So, but
thinking
that
that
don't make any sense. If he's paying child support and she had filed for custody, once she got custody of the child, she's responsible for the child, unless she's trying to give away her rights as the parent or of the child. She can walk away all she wants. She's gonna go to jail. The only you know
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know because I think I think they're talking
that don't
about
mean you
like
won't get charged for child. I'm talking about legal. I'm talking about legal right. I'm not saying they can't charge you for child abandonment, but I'm talking about when it comes to the legalities of who has physical custody, legal custody. You have to go and file for that. And let me tell you how I know this. When I started applying for passports for my children and getting visas for my children for us to travel the world, I had to show proof that I have legal custody of my children to be able to sign off on the fucking paperwork. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? My name on the birth certificate. So they need an explanation why there's no father on the birth certificate. Or if the father's name is on the birth certificate, he has to sign too. And this shit got to be notarized and documented and everything. You want to take your child outside of the country, start getting passports and visas and stuff like that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The legality of it. Yeah.
Wow, she don't sound very interesting, and that's another thing too, right? Why is everybody defending Kevin Samuels? Can't he
I
defend himself?
I have no idea.
apparently not.
I've been trying to figure that out since every like it's like every time I hear it's like they talk about this guy, either they demonizing him or defending him. I'm like, why is this guy so important?
She getting paid over there right now, man. Defending
Because
Kevin Samuels.
he's their
They dropping
girlfriend.
C notes on her like crazy over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, again, like Lucy said, the British voice. She looks like she looks very attractive.
that's her avatar. We don't know that's
Yeah,
her.
I know. The avatar looks very attractive, and she's saying the stuff they want to say, but she got a breast and she got a body. So
I
allegedly,
don't know what
I
she.
have no idea.
But what is it that she's supposed to be saying? Because I just listened to a little bit of it. I didn't hear anything special. And then, but my whole thing is she defending Kevin Samuels against Cynthia G. Why don't you let Kevin Samuels defend himself?
Yeah, I don't
Who you
think.
talking about, Max? Who you talking about? I'm confused. Who you talking about?
Jessica X is over there defending Kevin Samuels against Cynthia
Oh
G.
man, fuck that bitch, man. She's a man.
And she's boring. That
Yeah,
lady
she's
is
extremely
boring.
boring. I didn't hear
She
anything
is.
special. I'm
She is.
like, why? But I don't understand this. Why are people coming? Kevin, please let Kevin Samuels defend himself.
I was on another panel, and you had dudes going over there defending him too. I'm like, what? Why are y'all defending this dude? For what? He ain't like he. Are y'all? I'm trying to understand. Are they getting paid? Are they getting money for this? Because if you're getting
Yes.
money, then
Yes. Do you
then
not
I
see the
can.
super chats? Yes. Do you not see the super chats? $100, $200, $50, $20.
No,
You
I
don't
mean,
see that they collected thousands of dollars in one
Oh, okay.
live stream.
no, I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guys who
Jessica just
defending
made
Kevin Samuels.
the little
Are they
time I
getting
was
paid?
just
Now,
yeah, the little
I
time I was
understand
over there,
Jessica
she made what $400 in like 2 minutes.
Oh,
You
that's
don't think
not
you
even.
don't think you don't think he's paying these women to come up here and come up there and talk that shit? You don't
Mhm.
you look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Woo.
something. Market, look, Miss J is absolutely correct when she was talking about marketing. I listened to what she said before I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I heard what she said about marketing. We gotta realize we gotta get off this fucking skin color and get off of what the fuck people are saying. Fuck what people are fucking saying. Okay, this is a marketing thing. People look at a need. They look at a weakness. Wherever there's a weakness and there's a need, that's how you create a business. You got broken ass, heartbroken ass, oppressed ass black people that don't know which way to fucking go. And you got somebody up here that appeals to them and they make
Hmm.
them feel better about being miserable in their own lives. And they get to they ridiculing the
Yeah, I can't.
people. You understand what's going on
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah. But I
Yeah.
can't. I can't. I have too much. I can't get down on people like that.
And I don't either. And that's why channels like ours will remain smaller channels because we speak truth. We speak
No,
truth.
eventually we'll grow, but I'm not going to get down. I
Yes.
can't do
But
that to
it's gonna
people.
be slow. You're not gonna
Yeah,
get 100,000 subscribers in 6 months like a lot of these channels do when they talk shit and cause a disturbance. They have
yeah.
thousands of people in their live streams in their like I be in the clouds in the beef sector. Like the beef sector is ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You got old people, young people just sitting up there, all types of alphabet people sitting up there talking shit, clowning, doxing each other, all types of stuff, and people are super chatting hundreds of dollars. Hundreds. I'm seeing $200 super chats, $100 super chats, $50 super chats, $20 super chats. Name your increment. Name your increment. And I'm like, people is
I
making money
mean,
off like
I don't mind. Like, okay, if we gonna go down, like, if we gonna go to war, I'm cool with that. But I just don't want to. be up here, selling people a dream or scamming people or
Mm-hmm.
People
trying to
doing
make
that too.
somebody feel good about being bad.
You
Not,
got people
I
doing
can't
that
get
too.
down like that. I got too much. I can't do that. Uh, I'm not gonna do that to a person.
You got niggas
That's
over
cool.
here. You got no niggas over here on the continent with YouTube channels
Yeah.
selling land. Somebody was selling land. Oh, come here and get divinations. Come over here and meet your ancestors. Come over here. I got the right contacts. Come on, everything is perfect and lavish. Oh, I can connect you with this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And people is getting scammed.
Right. See, that's
Not
my
saying
whole thing. When you
everybody doing that, but it's people that's doing that.
see, eventually that's gonna come back on you. You're gonna scam one person too many. You're gonna make a mistake somewhere,
That's
and
why I
it's
live
gonna
a
be
righteous
right,
life, man.
and it's gonna be hell to pay.
That's
You
why I
know what I'm
live a
saying?
righteous.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then see my thing. I don't get down on people like that's bad karma, that's bad energy. I don't mind getting up here and cursing a few motherfuckers out and getting into a scuffle about some shit. But I'm not
right,
gonna do. I'm not gonna do dirt to people. That's not what I'm gonna do.
right.
You know.
That's why I like a clean channel. I try to, I keep my channel clean, but I just don't. I'm not the type of person that like be posting a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that people want me to talk about on my channel, I'm like, man,
See,
I
because
know
I
y'all
look at
want
it
shit, but
right. Because I look at it this way, and I know a lot of people don't care because you can tell that they don't care because all they care about is getting that money. But you look at our image as black people, it's already messed up, right? I'm not gonna add to it, man, by and we're already getting shot down. Our women are already being murdered and brutalized. I'm not going to add to that by saying that their lives don't matter or saying that black women's lives have no value. They're already being shot down and murdered in the street by sometimes their own kids. So why would I add to something like that? I'm not going to do that. Not for no dollar, not for nothing. I'm not going to do it.
mm,
Yeah, like you say, you have a reputation to uphold, and that's the
I'm not
thing.
doing that.
People don't really care about their reputation, their integrity. Especially when you're talking about getting money, it's like they throw that shit out the window, man. I can't.
And you know what? But you know what broke my
Personally, I
heart,
can't.
man. I mean, because let me tell you something. You know what? There's two murders, right? That's been bothering me ever since they happened. I don't talk about them much, but they know who they are. That Corin Gaines is still haunting me, man. You know
and you
that
know what
that
about
that.
it's wild you brought that up, Max, because I
Uh,
was in Merton at that time. I was
yeah,
only 20 minutes drive away from her at that time.
yeah. They did her dirty, man. They did her like they was assassinating uh, a foreign leader or something. They
Yeah,
ran
I wish
a
I was
black
still
ops
known for me.
tactics on her. They did her dirty in front of her child. That
Yeah.
was one of the worst murders. And then this lunatic puts
And
a
her child got shot. Her child got
yeah,
shot too. They shot her
right,
child to 5-year old too.
yeah. And then the lunatic puts a hole in the face of a girl the size of a softball with an AR-15. Not a golf ball, I'm sorry, a softball, yeah.
Who was that?
That was that lunatic that killed his girlfriend and her mother and just said subscribe and share the video.
Yeah, it was
The one that
nauseating.
had the half breed wife or something?
Nope.
No.
These are full black. No, this guy. This was in Texas. This
He
guy.
shot this girl in her face with an AR-15 and put a hole in her face
He
the
was
size of
black?
a softball.
Was
Yeah.
black. He shot her mother. Then he shot her. And then he's apologizing to her dead body. Sorry, I had to protect myself, babe. And said it over and over again before he
You know
started
about
talking
that.
about the liking, like the
She had
video.
a hole in her face the size of a
When that
softball.
happened? When this happened?
Oh, what was it? A few months ago?
Didn't that happen like right around the time that girl got attacked in Harlem? Or was it like right after that?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
It
right
was at the
around that
same
time.
time. It was at the same time when the dude killed his brother and killed all 5 of his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, same time. There was a hole. He put a hole in her face the size of a softball. And
Yeah,
y'all
and
know
it
how
was
big.
very,
And
very,
y'all know how
very
big a
big.
soft. And y'all know how big a softball is.
Oh, Lucy, I was nauseated. I couldn't watch the whole video. I didn't get past the first few seconds. I had to stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that one.
Okay. It might have been during the time you was
Yeah, the
out of
video. The
range for
video.
porn.
The video's in the
Yeah,
chat. You
over
got to
here.
search for it.
Yeah, over
It's in the
here.
chat.
I can't see the news. They block a lot of shit over here.
Mhm.
Just like it's certain U.S. websites I can't see from over here. I have to use a VPN to
And
see certain stuff. Yeah.
and there
Yeah,
was so
they
much happening around that time. It probably would have got lost in the shuffle. As I said, the girl
It's
that
in the
got
back
attacked in
chat.
Harlem, the man who
It's
shot up
in
his
the
mother,
back chat.
the man that killed his mother because she wanted him to get a job.
It's in
Mm.
the back chat. We just don't. When we did the show on it, we just wouldn't show the video.
Mm-mm.
We wouldn't show the video. We have the video.
And he
We
wasn't
just
the
don't
only
show it.
one. There was a guy who shot his girlfriend, but you couldn't see it. You know, 1 minute he made her go live, and then she's running off the screen, and you see him shooting the gun. That was a whole nother one that happened at that time.
Yeah, the way they did Common Games was awful, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the cop that shot her, he wasn't supposed to do that. Cops were mad at him left and right. Why did you do that? They was trying to make it sound like she was holding her own child hostage. Yeah.
Y'all, I'm about to get out of here. It's getting late over here.
Uh-huh. All right.
Okay, Lucy, take it easy.
All
Yeah,
right.
enjoy.
Be good.
Peace.
Peace.
All right. Sorry, Max. I guess I got emotional.
No, it's all right.
Hmm.
Let's go on and shut it down.
All right.
All right, y'all. Peace, power, unity. We're going to holler at y'all. Thanks
Okay.
for tuning in to the doubleheader.
All
Shout out
right.
to Bro Speak and Bro Rob for coming up on the panel. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Joy, that's always.
I'll probably be on. I'll probably do something tomorrow morning.
If I be woke, I might
All right.
be live. Anyways,
All
peace,
right.
power, unity, everybody.
Peace, power, unity. All right, Dan, get us out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5. Bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shooting the game, going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. Let's spark this line, kick the real.
Bang him out.
We don't want this chaos in the realms of the street. Your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid. Caught up in the ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked that door. In 95, niggas flip to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the flow in the half. Ready in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. Nah, they don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off, using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks, invested in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for